Salute, 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 salute to everybody in the building. New Jersey J on the radar. Salute. Louis V. Salute. I see y'all in the building. A few of y'all was over at the Great El Compa show. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait for a few of y'all to pop up. But in the words of Big Dice, another day alive, another day free. Yo, why would I wake up being somebody other than me? I got a good one for y'all today. Early morning talk. You dig what I'm saying? Something to bring you up. Hopefully get you a little jewel from it. And hopefully you learn a lesson or two too. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Like I said, you could be anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to be over here with me, Big Dice. Word up. Let me know when y'all in the chat. East side of Harlem, east side of town. Salute, beloved. I see you in the building. Salute. I appreciate you for pulling up. Like I said, y'all could be anywhere in the world. You dig what I'm saying? But y'all came to spend some time with Big Dice. Yeah, I got a good one today, man. For real. I don't know if y'all remember the song by Nas. Sir Valentino, salute. Salute. I see you in the building. Dark Skin Beauty, salute. I see you in the building. I don't know if y'all remember that song back in the days by Nas. That's why I put it in the title. I said, watch them niggas that's close to you and make sure they do what they're supposed to do. Because you know they be thinking about scoping you. Never personal. Nowadays, it's just the ways. Then I thought about a song by Houdini back in the days. And it was called Friends. It said, friends. How many of us have them? Friends. That's a strong, strong word. Wait for a few more people to pull up in here. And we're going to get into this because in the words of the great Edna McLeod, she said, baby, just because you were somebody's friend, don't mean they're yours. Darkside TV, salute, baby. Hit that like button on the way in, y'all. Like I said, hit that like button. Tell a friend to tell another friend. That's the only way we can win. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's the only way we can win. Shout out to the whole 050 movement, the head honcho in charge, China Brim. Shout out to my man, Harlem Legend. Y'all already know what's going on. And he just started a new battle rap channel. So y'all look into that and go support my man. Shout out to the guard behind everything, Platinum Shine. Always in the dark, but ready to spark. The Dread El Compa. DGR with the Wicked Beats. First Madam President, Melly Mel, 050. Everything is fucking Glico. Yo, Half, I see you, my guy. Salute. I appreciate you for pulling up in the building. Everybody about to slide on over to me, I hope. You know what I'm saying? And thanks for this YouTube. And I'm going to say it again to everybody that's in the building. I know you got your wrench and everything, Louis. You dig what I'm saying? I just want to appreciate y'all. Like I said, tomorrow actually makes 2 weeks that I've been on YouTube. And I'm like at about 330 subscribers. And if it keep going the way it's going, I'll be at that 1,000 in a second. You know what I'm saying? It won't even be no time long. You know what I'm saying? But I put God first in everything I do. So everything else falls in line. Joseph Teller, I see you. Salute. And I appreciate you for subscribing. Tell a friend to tell another friend. That's the way the whole 050 is going to win. You dig what I'm saying? Word up. Hit that like button. Always hit that bell notification. Just do me a favor. Leave some comments. Hit that like button. That's how the channel gets to grow. Leave some topics that you want me to talk about. You dig what I'm saying? Like I told you, I'm a child at certain times. And it takes what? A village to raise a child. You dig? But how y'all doing this Saturday morning, man? I've been up since like about 6 o'clock. Had to go get my hair cut and all. You know, got to keep myself looking presentable at least, you dig? Pod World, I see you in the building. Salute. I guess Compa the Dread shut down and everybody about to come pull in. For everybody that's just pulling up, the name of this one is going to be Watch Them Niggas That's Close to You and make sure they do what they supposed to do. And in the overall, I'm just talking about friends. I'll tell you a couple of situations I went through and I understood, quote unquote, like my grandmother used to tell me, just because I was their friends, that don't mean they was mine. King Son, Raj Shaka Shakur. Salute. I appreciate you for pulling up in the building. Malik Washington. Damn, I see all y'all pulling up in the building. 14 in the building in seconds. I appreciate that. Just do me a favor when y'all coming in. Just hit that like button. Leave some comments. Tell me some things you want to talk about. and it helped the channel grow. You dig what I'm saying? It helped the channel grow. Word up. Pod World said, friends ain't friends no more. Not true. Not true. We got to understand something. See, I'm from the old Brooklyn. I don't know about the new Brooklyn. I'm from the old Brooklyn. You dig what I'm saying? And when I say you was my man and I'm your man, I'm from the era when, quote unquote, if you really my man and I fuck with you, your sister, your woman, your wife, whoever it is, becomes my sister. Your children, they become my nieces and nephews. You dig what I'm saying? Your mother, that becomes my extended mother, and so on and so on. But it seems like today, a lot of friendships I see got expiration dates. If y'all agree, let me see some thumbs up in the chat. It seems like the friends today, they only around, quote unquote, for when it's money. Peace, beloved, I see you in the building. Shout out, we got Connecticut in the building. Peace to all my indies out there. That's a fact. Yeah, like nowadays, it's like money can buy friendship. But there's an old saying back in the days. The only person that can kill you is the nigga that's next to you. And that's a fact. The only way you can get touched or lined up or put in a situation where you probably can get harmed is someone that was close to you that you informed them about this. Like rest in peace to a bunch of my cats that died in that barber chair. That's why every time I'm in the barber chair, I got my gun on my lap. It's a shame. Like you tell your man, yo, give me 5 minutes, give me 10 minutes. I'm about to go over to the barbershop and get my hair cut. Where you going? I'm going to the barbershop. Which one you going to? Well, I'm going to the one on Utica and Sterling. All right, cool. Then when I get at the barbershop, I'm coming to holler at you. I'm sitting up in the barbershop, niggas running the barbershop and try to ambush me. That's the type of friends I see today in the street. I was going to wait for a couple of the females to come in, but I want to show y'all a picture, and I want to see, quote, unquote, who could decipher what this picture means. I want y'all to observe that picture very, very closely. Hit that like button, y'all. This one gonna get right. I'm telling y'all, this is the one y'all gonna talk about. I'm telling you, this is the one y'all gonna talk about. If you notice on the left side, you see a young lady with dreads, African-eccentric outfit. Then you see a young woman on the right side. I'm not sure if that's Afro-eccentric, but she has on like a denim dress bottom and a top. The young lady on the left, she has dreads up in her hair and a wrap. And the other lady, she has a ponytail. And that's a fact. I don't know if that was a shot at the new culture today, because a lot of the people from out of state, a lot of the people from other countries, when they come to America, shout out my people from Jamaica, shout out my people from Belize, my Guyanese, my Trinis. You know what I'm saying? When they come to New York or they come to America, y'all got to understand, when they come to America, they come into our bullshit. In a lot of these third world countries, a lot of them consist of small villages or towns that, quote unquote, are more and more family knitted and close together. They hold each other down. They keep secrets. And like Pod World say, they show loyalty and love at all times. It can't be tampered. It can't even be dropped. Hit that like button, yo. Well, if you look at this picture right here, the young lady on the left is hugging her friend and putting her hand in front of a knife that's actually going in her friend's back. But pay attention to the picture in the totality. Her friend is stopping her from getting stabbed in the back. And if you look at her arm is the one that's actually pushing the knife in her friend's back that's trying to save her. Now, if that ain't crazy, understand what I'm saying. She's trying to stop someone from putting a knife in her back. In other words, she's trying to do everything in her power to make sure nothing comes to harm to her friend. And at the same time, in that whole effect and that whole aspect, as she's trying to protect her friend and be loyal as real friends do, her friend is literally pushing a knife in the center of her back. You see the blood coming down her back. So that means her friend that she thought, quote unquote, was her friend is who was stabbing her in her back. Nairi, me, I see you in the building. Salute. I see you. I appreciate you for pulling up. That means Compa shut down. You also a few more people in. Nairi, what you missed is the name of this topic is watch them niggas that's close to you and make sure they do what they supposed to do. Just a term. Because it seemed like a lot of value in the word friend today is dropped. And matter of fact, beloved, I don't know if you are familiar with the St. Laz platform. If anybody here not familiar with the St. Laz platform, go over to the St. Laz platform, subscribe, leave in the comments that Big Dice sent you. And when you type in Big Dice, you're going to see about 6 stories on me over there. I got a story of one of my best friends that was killed, that I named my son after. His name is Marcellus James. May he rest in peace. He was killed August 3rd, 1995. I have another friend up there. His name is Rumble. He was the second in control, or second in command of the notorious Brooklyn gang that I ran with called the Decepticons, way before the Bloods and Crips. And unfortunately, it's going on 2 years now. He got into a shootout with some guys in his neighborhood, and the NYPD is so crazy and corrupt sometimes. It seems like when they got to the scene where my friend, God bless his soul, and the other guy was getting into a shootout, they watched my friend and this guy get into a shootout. They literally sat there on the block and watched a man try to kill my friend, and they tried to watch my friend kill somebody else. So after my friend became the victor in the first gun-on-gun battle with the young man, unfortunately, that was killed, and one of them didn't die. They was just shot. The police gunned my man down. His name was Rumble. I'm going to do a story on him. But if you go over to St. Laz, you can type it in. You can hear the story on Rumble. And I also have a story about an infamous gangster, a close friend of mine by the name of Sean White. They called him RoboCop from Brooklyn. And unfortunately, he killed himself. The sad part about it is, if you think about what I said, Marcellus, my friend Rumble, my man RoboCop, these were all friends of mine. RoboCop maybe was a couple of years older than me. I think Rumble had me by a year. And M was 2 years younger than me. So I'm 50 years old. He would have been 48. But you notice something? Everybody dead. Everybody gone. Angels that I got with me. Angels that I got with me. Everybody gone. Hit that like button on the way in. And then the one that I really want y'all to go look at on the St. Laz platform, I dropped it about maybe 12 days ago. It's already at 10,000 plus views, and it's called Money is the Root to All Evil. And it's a story about a friend of mine's that I actually protected and molded and tried to show him how to be 10 toes down. Gave him everything I knew in my heart and my loyalty. And some money got involved. And he literally got down with dudes he knew I wasn't rocking with. Went and bought a bunch of guns and armed up everybody that I wasn't rocking with. Baby Grizz, salute. I see you in the building. Now, if I could have found the picture with 2 men with this, I would have definitely put it up. But this is the one I found with 2 women. Whipwatch, salute. I see you in the building. Salute, gangster. But for the men that's in the chat, I want you to look at this and just program your mind to look at 2 men in this same configuration. 2 dudes that's supposed to be walking up on each other saying peace, grabbing each other. You know how we walk up peace, hold each other, pull each other and say peace. One of us is trying to stop the world from hurting them, and the other one is participating with the world to hurt them. We're in a dangerous world. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all a story. And after I tell y'all a story, I'll tell you why I feel this way, and I'm going to ask you certain questions, and I want y'all to comment, and I'm going to drop the link. And those of y'all that want to pull up, you know y'all more than welcome. As long as y'all understand when y'all pull up, you got to show your face so I can see who you are. And I'd appreciate it if you pulled up on the Big Dice Chronicles. It's always with respect and love. We don't do that over here. I'm not going to do that. But like I said, if it's a problem anytime, you know, instead of somebody, quote unquote, going in the streets, killing somebody like China White said, China Brim said, excuse me, just going over to the 050, scream at each other for a couple of hours, rank on each other, make a few jokes. But like you said, everybody go home. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody goes to jail. Nobody goes to the graveyard. Magnificent Mecca, a.k.a. the big boss, is in the building. That's my big homie. Salute. Salute. Compa, I'm about to drop it in 1 second. El Compa is in the building. The Dread El Compa is in the building. I'm going to tell you all this story. I had a friend of mine from Schenectady in Brooklyn, New York. Schenectady is Sterling. You know what I'm saying? Good friend of mine. His name was Will. They called him Lord Pro at the time. They called him Lord Pro. So when me and him started like hanging out, like really started hanging out, it was certain things that I understood about him that I just wanted to make sure that I corrected before he got in the hands of the wrong people, if you understand. Good kid. When I met him, he was in the graffiti. You know what I'm saying? But he's from Schenectady and Sterling. And matter of fact, if you go to St. Laz, there's another story up there I did about the Jamaican Carter in Brooklyn, when my man Barry, Eric Vascal, thank God they just freed my man Eric Vascal. Go look at that story. The notorious Chinaman. He just came home from doing 32 years. No telling. Like these situations that's going on today, like the YSL situation with Gunna and all of them, and the 6ix9ine situation, you know, just for educational purposes. That's why I really get a little disgusted and heartbroken today when I see certain things, because like my father told me, if you're going to be a gangster, once you step over that line, you can't really come back to the regular world. And I'm not advocating no violence. I'm not advocating no hustling. I'm not advocating nobody going out there to risk their life. But some of us, quote unquote, had to do certain things to make sure our situations were better, we were comfortable, and we ate every day. It's just the truth. But when we was coming up, we had morals, we had respect for each other, we had principles. You know, we wasn't thinking about snaking none of our friends. Like, think about this. Like, how could you think about harming someone and you know they moms? How could you harm somebody? Remember back in the days around Christmas time or Easter time? You know, we pick a certain group of our friends, we get together, we go up to 42nd Street. Christmas, we go up to 42nd Street. How could you kill somebody that you got to go knock on their door first and say, hello, how you doing? And they let you in their home while their child is getting dressed. It's supposed to be your friend. How could you kill somebody that you grew up with? How could you kill somebody that you broke bread with? It's like so sad. The word friends, like Houdini said, how many of us really have them? My man Will, he was on a block with wolves, but at the time when I met him, he was like a baby sheep. Barlow Wilder, salute, 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 salute. He said, that's just showing the truth about people and friends and family. It's a fact, even when kids do it faster with no regards. But it's true, player. Salute, salute. Like I said, my man was like a little baby sheep around a bunch of wolves. But he was a good dude. When I first met him, his mother, Mrs. Reed, may God bless her soul, she wasn't real fond about me and him being around each other. The reason why she wasn't so fond about me and him being around each other, because as parents, you know, we know our children. And she knew at that particular time, the street shit wasn't for him. But she didn't understand when he was with me, I was the cover. I was the one that didn't want him in the streets. I'm the one that didn't want him hustling. But a couple of other influences he had in his life convinced him one day to go up to 14th Street, Union Square. Now, you got to think about what I'm saying. Back in the days, 14th Street, Union Square, like about 95, 96, it was real crowded, a lot of conjunction. Just like now in New York, where they got a bunch of people selling weed, they was doing it back in the days, but it wasn't legal. And they were also selling cocaine and crack in that same park, 14th Street, Washington Square. So my little man, Will, he decides to go up there with a couple of cats he knew, that we all knew from the hood, but these was old time cats. You know what I'm saying? These is dudes that been in jail, bidding, getting money. They don't really care about, you know what I'm saying, the consequences that come with it, because their mind is adapted to incarceration. Will ain't never been a central booking. So what he do, instead of him telling me what he had on his mind, like a real friend would do, like if I feel like I'm about to go off into a venture, I'm gonna tell my man, like, yo, boy, I might go out of town and I'm trying to go get this paper or whatever like that. Even though I may have my mind already made up and my decision already made up, I'm gonna call one or two of my friends to get some input, because maybe they can see something that I'm not seeing. Maybe they can see a danger that I don't see, and they might defer me from doing it. Because if he'd have spoke to me about this, if I'd have literally had to grab him and hold him and lock him in my room or in my house, I would have done that. But you know, when you get a certain age, you want your own money in your pocket. Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe. Hit that bell notification for y'all can know when I'm going on. Starts going up to Washington Square Park. Now you're getting money. Back then they was getting points off the pack, if y'all know what I'm talking about. The dude was giving them $1,000 packs, and he had to give him back $750. He might have ran through 4,000 or 5,000 packs a day. This is how popping Washington Square was. Like, a lot of people came through that park, even to this day, to get drugs. G Mac, I see you in the building. Unfortunately, one particular night, the block got the park got swept. My little man got grabbed up. And unfortunately, what he got caught with, he couldn't get an ROR. They sent him straight to Rikers Island. When I hear about him getting locked up, I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. I'm devastated. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm totally devastated, because it's like, even though this wasn't my son, that was like my son. You understand what I'm saying to you? If y'all understand. Maybach, I see you in the building. Salute. I appreciate you. To everybody in the building, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to come spend some time with me. So he called me a couple of times from Rikers Island. I'm like, yo, what happened, boy? He was like, yo, they pulled up, they blitzed the whole park. I ran left, and when I ran left, I ran right into the arms of the police. So my little man sat down for a minute. He came home. And when he came home, you know what I'm saying, I'm still in the hood doing my thing. Allegedly, they said I had the best bud in the hood one time. This was 40 years ago. You dig what I'm saying? But allegedly, when he come home, I try to pull him closer to me. Like, I'm like, yo, bruh, I don't never want you to go through that shit again. Because it's like when he was locked up, I was locked up. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but like when my little man was locked up, it felt like I was locked up. It just seemed like shit wasn't going right. He started listening for a little while, but then again, he wanted that bread. He started going right back to Washington Square Park. Unfortunately, this time he didn't get caught, but he still kept getting his money. Me, I'm in the hood. I'm already doing it. I'm stinging. I got bud everywhere. I got so much bud in the hood, like, for real, just looking like a jungle. For real. Heavily respected. Ask anybody about this. Then he decides to gravitate to my game, because with the TNT back in the days, that stands for the Tactical Narcotics Task Force, they start coming down real hard on crack dealers. It seemed like they wasn't even worrying about niggas with the bud and the heroin. They just wanted niggas in jail because of that crack. You know what I'm saying? That, like, this the Bush era. This is like when Bush was lining niggas up. You dig what I'm saying? So he started fucking with me. We chilling. We getting money. Anybody from Brooklyn that know me from back in the days, I had the Cocoa Puffs out there on Schenectady and Sterling, giving out cards and everything. Had the luxurious cars pulling up. I had rappers pulling up, from basketball players. This is on everything from Jamal Tinsley, Stephon Marbury. You know what I'm saying? Real hood figures in the hood. Ron Do, God bless the dead. Nut from LG, God bless the dead. My nigga Jock from the Style. I'm talking about hood legends pulling up. Born, Black Sea Law. I'm talking about dudes that don't come out. I had dudes that was on the run coming out to get bud. That's how good the bud was. I'm talking about dudes that was literally on the run from the NYPD and feds and all that shit. And niggas was pulling up to get that bud. And that's a fact. That's on Sharon McLeod. So Will start rocking with me. So gradually, slowly but surely, the gravitation of all the sales is coming to me and my man, God bless the dead, a dude by the name of Christ. And another dude I used to have out there by the name of Fonzo. So all the bud sales is coming to us. So then Will start fucking with me. And I start telling him, yo, boy, Get on this motherfucking bud wave. You ain't got to sell no bud. I'm just going to hit you with the bud. And when them niggas ain't got no more bud, you hit them with the bud. You take that bread. You call me, and so on and so forth. He felt as though he didn't want to do that. But after a while, I kind of convinced him to do it. He was doing it. He getting his bread. We chilling. No problem. One night, we're sitting on a stoop. I don't know if y'all remember back in the days, they had the Ballantine Ale bottles, like the big 64-ounce beer and the Old English. One time they were selling these shits looking like gallons of beer. It was gallons. You dig what I'm saying? Like Ballantine Ale, Old English. That was all they had. They didn't do anything else. Ballantine Ale, Old English, 64 ounces back in the days when the St. Ives was out. They didn't have the St. Ives in the 64 ounce, but they were selling St. Ives. He gets on a bicycle, makes a left, going to the store, 227 on Schenectady towards St. John's. He gets the beer. When he's coming back on the bike for the beer, he goes to make the right on Sterling to come back to the stoop where we were sitting at. But this wasn't a motorcycle. This was a mountain bike with the Ram handlebars. So when he went to turn the right, because he was holding the handlebars with one hand and he had the 64 ounce in his left hand, the front of the bike, you know how sometimes it turns too fast and he wound up falling. When he fell, the bottle busts open and cuts his hand. It cuts his like fourth finger. So his hand, blood rushing all out of his hand, We wound up going to St. Mary's Hospital. Make a long story short, there was a few of us out there, a bunch of bud. But when the bud was gone, everybody made up their reasons why they had to leave. But I stayed with this man until he came out of the hospital from being stitched. I'm the one that called his mother. And I said, yo, Miss Reed, check this out. Will is at the hospital. He fell off his bike, but you ain't got to worry about it. I make sure I bring him home. The day that I brought my man home that morning, we sitting in the hallway rolling a spliff because he about to go in the house. It's about a little bit after 5. Sunday. This is a Saturday. This is like the sun is coming up early in the morning. So the sun is actually coming up. So I'm in the hallway. We trying to be quiet to roll the weed. His mother comes to the door. His mother says, y'all can come inside. I'm sitting there shocked because I don't understand why she's telling me all of a sudden to come inside her house. So we go up to the door. And even though I've been in my man's crib 100,000 times, she was never there. I starts walking towards the kitchen to go sit down. What she says to me is, Dice, go ahead in that room. I know you've been in this house before. She said, I want to apologize to you for the way I treated you. And I didn't understand what she was talking about. She said, I didn't want my son around you because some of the stories I heard about you in the street. I just didn't want my baby around that because I didn't want him to get hurt, locked up, killed, his life destroyed because of quote unquote running around with a gangster. What she said to me was, you're the only person that waited for my son and brought him back to my house safe. So from this day on, I apologize to you, and you're more than welcome in my home because now I know who his friends are. Rest in peace to Miss Reed. I always respect her for telling me that day. So make a long story short, my man's hand is messed up. So that night they stitched him, and then they made a appointment for him to go see a specialist in Kings County Hospital. He goes to Kings County Hospital. They give him another appointment to come back because he's going to have surgery because part of that fourth finger that was cut is now paralyzed. When they went to have surgery on his hand to try to reconstruct or reconnect his nerves or something like that, they wound up cutting off the tip of his finger. The tip of his fourth finger by his nail and everything, like a little nub. Like, some of the old timers back in the days got their fingers cut off like a little nub. So now, after that happened, they filed a motion for a lawsuit. I said, bro, that's a lawsuit. That's malpractice. So he gets the lawyer. What the lawyer tells him is, of course we can sue Kings County Hospital. But if you tell me where you fell at, we could sue the owner of the property. OG Sonny Blanco in the building. Salute, salute, salute. I see you in the building. Now, my man fell on the corner of the building connecting to his home. Like, this is his home. Like, he lived on the top floor. So he couldn't say that he fell on that block because if the lawyer would have put in the notion to file a lawsuit on the landlord, he was in a fear of being evicted. Hit that like button on the way in, y'all. He was in a fear of being evicted. So what we do, we go on a mission. We walking through Brooklyn trying to find somewhere without cameras, with a hole in the street for my man could say he fell. Because the lawyers is telling him, if you bring me the pictures of the place you fell and show me exactly where he fell at, I'm gonna file a motion for 2 lawsuits. Make a long story short, we wound up walking past. We was coming back from Smurf Village. We went down to Jackie Robinson, went across the street to my man, checked my man Ungus and them and Gary and them. Shout out to the whole team in Smurf Village. As we coming up Utica Avenue, there's a gas station on Utica. There's a gas station right now on Utica and Atlantic. It's a gas station there, but that's not the gas station that was originally there. It was an old gas station. If y'all familiar with the old Brooklyn gas stations back in the days, that was 24 hours and at night, it was a window. You couldn't even go inside the door, but it was like a real bad gas station. You know what I'm saying? We took pictures of the floor because there was a hole right there. So it was just, it was like shooting dice. We don't know if we're going to throw 6. Shit, we might get a trade. We might crap out. The lawyer says, we got in touch with the people that owned the gas station. Come to find out, it was like a old woman that lived in Northern California that had a lot of bread. I'm talking about a lot of bread. So she didn't want to come back and forth to New York. You dig what I'm saying? She didn't want to come back and forth to New York. So she decided to settle out of court. The lawyer tells my man, Kings County Hospital and this lady is ready to settle out of court, but I need you to wait like maybe 3-4 years. He said, you'll be a millionaire if you wait 3-4 years. My man, he wasn't in no mood to wait for nothing like that. He said he won his money now. He got like about 600,000 or something like that. I think he got like 450, 457 after the lawyer got their money and everything like that. Anybody in the chat, even though I made up the whole requisition, I found the spot, put the idea together, even though I did not think a dime, but the minute he said he had the lawsuit, he was like, yo, boy, we rich. We about to turn up. Out of 457,000, I want the people in the comments right now, tell me how much you think he gave me. I'm going to give y'all a second. I'm going to drop that link too. How much you think he gave me, y'all? Anybody got a guess? Seven Guard said 500. Dark Side said nothing. Beloved said 1,500 to 5,000. Relic said nothing. Well, I'm going to tell y'all right now who the winner is. It's you, Beloved. Out of 457,000, he gave me $5 grand. $5,000. Whip wop, you hit it too. He gave me $5 grand. Now, it could have been 1 or 2 reasons why he gave me 5 bands. Half pass, you got it too. Half, I think you know me on the low half. I think you know me because a lot of shit that you be commenting about, you and Baby Grizz, a lot of shit y'all be saying, you dig what I'm saying? Y'all dead accurate about it. So salute to the chat. Make a long story short, I don't know if he gave me the 5 bands because he knew I was already getting bread in the street. And he was like, yo, he don't need it. Or he gave me 5 bands because he thought I was going to run through the 5 bands and he wanted to keep handing me out scraps or whatever. Like when he gave me that 5,000, I blew. I took, the whole 5 bands. First of all, this is one thing my uncle always told me. If you're going to get money, you better believe in yourself. And the day before he gave me that 5,000 at whole, I had money, but that extra 5,000 he gave me, I never was promised. I ain't know nothing about no 5,000 that was coming. So what I do, I took the 5,000 to the plug. And I ain't looked back. And that's a Brooklyn fact. But make a long story short, after he get this money, he turns into a different dude. Now he's wearing the Guess jeans, the leather jackets. He got the jewelry, wearing his jacket up like he Arthur Farnsworth, really looking like the Fonz. You can't tell him nothing. He developed an alcohol problem. He got the liquor store and everything. Every day he at the liquor store. And then the dudes that he never really interacted with off his block that he was telling me somewhat that he was fearful from, now these is his best friends. Now these is his best friends. I'm going back and forth out of town to Syracuse. You dig what I'm saying? I got 2 niggas on the block pumping, and I got the juice bar on Utica Avenue. So I'm not really around every day the way it's supposed to be. But every time I come back to town, I'm getting a different story from somebody. Yo, them niggas trying to get at you. Watch them dudes. Them dudes is funny. XYZ. That nigga bought a bunch of guns. And they talking about my man Will. They said he bought a bunch of guns. He passed them shits out. Niggas is trying to line you up. And I'm going to leave y'all right there on that story. Yeah. I'm going to leave y'all right there on that story. If y'all want to hear the rest of that story, like I said, go over to St. Laz, the Hood Therapist, subscribe, type in Big Dice, and money is the root of all evil. And y'all will hear the rest of that story. Like I said, I'm at 10,000 views plus in a couple of weeks. I know y'all may be mad at me for that, but trust me. If y'all go over to St. Laz and press that subscribe button and listen to that story, it'll be worth the wait. I promise you that. Now back to this friendship, to the people that's in the chat. I want to know something. If your day one homegirl or your day one homeboy, boyfriend or girlfriend, you had information that was accurately cheating. I'm not talking about something that you heard, something that a rumor may be. I'm talking about something that you really, really know. You may have physically seen, or you may have direct, intricate information from. Would you tell your friend? To the people in the chat, I want to know what you do. Would you tell your friend? Yes or no? Salute, OG. Joseph Teller, I know. The story is crazy, and I ain't even tell you nothing yet. But I got to do that to the God, St. Laz. I got to do that for him because, like I said, that's the Hood Therapist, the Geraldo Rivera of this. Go over to St. Laz and type in money is the root to all evil. It's like about a little over an hour, real facts. And go into the comments. When I first listened to it on YouTube, I'm telling y'all straight up and down, when I first listened to it on YouTube, because I had that shit so buried inside eternally for over 20 years, that shit just made tears run down my eyes. And that's a fact. And the reason why I made tears run down my eyes, because I didn't even really think how, I didn't really accept and didn't really know how much that shit bothered me, because I used to have this cloth on me like I was some super thug, like nothing was bothering me. You dig what I'm saying? Like nothing was bothering me, like nothing could hurt me. That shit broke my motherfucking heart, man. That shit broke my heart. I ain't give a fuck about no fucking bread. I always was an earner. Ask about me in the street. From when I was robbing, I never was starving. But when I became an earner and started stacking and doing what I got to do, alhamdulillah, inshallah, I never was without. The money ain't mean shit to me, man. That's my motherfucking friend. That's my fucking friend. I got Nari saying, nope, mind your business. That pays you. Oh, Joseph Teller, all jokes aside, I ain't gonna talk about everything because my grandmother said until everything get put on that ink, don't talk about it, because there's some people that may hate and throw the spirit off, but I ain't worried about nobody in the chat hating because y'all spending some time with me. Yo, I got a couple of deals right now, man. And I'm talking about from big dudes right now that want to kind of tell my story. But if they ain't gonna tell it the way it's really told or it really went down, I'm not gonna be a part of it. And I'm not gonna move because of no money. They asked Bob Marley back in the days, they was like, so now that you're rich, how do you feel? And Bob Marley responded, he said, what's your definition of rich? The man that was interviewing him said, yo, you got a big house, you have a big car, you have a big mansion. You can travel all over the world. People know you, you're popular. And Bob Marley told him, he said, rich don't have nothing to do with no money. Rich is when you know you got somebody that loves you, is in your corner, that cares about you, that respects you. Rich is when you know you got your family together. Y'all doing everything to move as a unit, as one, because there's too many people nowadays that sleeping with the enemy. Anybody else think, quote unquote? Thank you, Whip Wop. Whip Wop said he heard, he said it was a great story. I appreciate you. Anybody else gonna tell me what they would do if they tell a friend or they tell a man or their homegirl if their friend was cheating? I got one that's saying they gonna mind their business, Miss Nari. Salute, salute. Sky Squap in the building, salute. Some people say if they find out, he said, Big Dice, facts, the person who signs your checks is wealthy. That's a fact. And that's a fact, because rich ain't got nothing to do with wealth. That's a fact. When you're rich, you can take care of yourself. When you're wealthy, you can take care of a bunch of people. Shout out to you, Relic. Shout out to you. You got your wrench, right, Relic? Let me see if you got, yeah, Relic, you got your wrench. I see it on the screen. You got your wrench. Salute. I'm going to be giving out more mods and everything like that when I build up my family. I don't want nobody to feel left out. Relic, Louis V, Angel Dickerson, Queen Mo Fire, Half. You dig what I'm saying? OG Sonny Blanco, Ja Ace. If y'all don't know who Ja Ace is, go over to Ja Ace TV. Salute. It's a lot of dudes that was with me from day one when I was on there fucking up. Didn't even know how to put a mod up. Didn't even know how to put the banners up. Didn't know how to do any of that. And I got to salute them for that, for real. But the ones that's coming in, I'm going to be giving raffles and everything. I'm giving back too. I'm doing raffles and all that. If y'all don't know, go to Instagram. Like I said, to the real, I forgot to, let me see something. If y'all don't know, go to Instagram. To therealfronto.com. To my man Walton, TheRealFronto, best fronto, best grabber since the 90s. Fresh fronto, fresh grabber. I ain't talking about that stale shit that be feeling like wood or stick or something like that. Fresh fucking fronto, fresh grabbers, not smelling like no fucking pneumonia and no pesticides and all that bullshit. My man said one of my friends did that to me, told I was cheating. We ain't cool no more. Malik Washington said, if my man girl is cheating, I will check her about it first. I respect that. YOLO is in the building. YOLO Brim. Salute. I see you in the building. I'm dropping the link, y'all. I'm dropping the link. Let me tell y'all something about that. Y'all might agree. Y'all might not. Y'all might disagree. See, I'm from the old Brooklyn. I was raised by the old gangsters. And I was always told, the person that runs to you with bad information is the person that don't care about you. Sometimes we got to learn to mind our motherfucking business. And this goes for me too. Don't tell me nothing about my motherfucking bitch cheating or nothing like that, nigga. That shit gonna make me want to snap on you, nigga. I'm gonna think you want to fuck my broad. I'm just being real. Like word up, certain shit. Don't tell me no shit like that. OG Sonny Blanco said, Dice, remember we used to pull a fronto off the whole. That's a fact. And OG Block, when I tell you this, bro, go to the Real Fronto on Instagram. Tell them I sent you. They partnered up with me. They even sponsored me with the best fucking fronto in the world. I ordered this shit by the pound. You can get a pound of fronto, y'all. Fresh fronto delivered to y'all door, and the pound consists of 18 to 20 leaves for $30. For $30. $35 shipping and handling. It's better than going to the motherfucking store getting a pack of backwoods or getting a pack of fronto. When you pull that shit open, that shit looking like a sword. Ja Ace, salute. I see you in the building. We got Ja Ace in the building. See how I just talked the guard up? If y'all don't know who that is, that's Ja Ace. Another positive brother, 050 from Brooklyn, and that's how we live. Go over to Ja Ace and subscribe. Tell a friend. More conscious content. Special guests pulling up and everything, trying to save the world. You dig what I'm saying? The reason why I wouldn't tell my friend, the only reason, no, hold on, let me be real. It's only one reason that would make me tell my friend that his woman was cheating on him. That's because if I knew the man that she was cheating on him with was in position or trying to make a move to harm my friend. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't really like throwing bad news at people, man, because some people look at information different when you throw it to them like that. And me personally, nah, I'm not gonna give no bad news like that because that's not my business. I think God, whoever you believe is the Most High, will put that in position where for it to come to light. I don't think people should do things like that because it seems like nowadays people do stuff for what they're gonna feel after they see how you feel, if that's making any sense. It seems like some evil ass people will tell you something to stand there and look at you and watch the love of life drain out your body because you just found out someone that you're dealing with is being unfaithful. I don't fuck with motherfuckers like that, yo. I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. I don't fuck with people like that. On the flip side, ask yourself, is your friend new and didn't tell you, how would you feel about your friend? I'm gonna answer that, Magnificent Mecca. If my friend knew that my woman was cheating, and I found out after she was cheating, I would literally, respectfully tell my friend, I know why you didn't tell me. The reason why I say this, Magnificent Mecca, and this is truly from my heart, because I'm really a fucking animal at times, man. And my friends that really, really knew me, I'm talking about back in the days, now I got knowledge of self. Now I've developed a humbleness that I'm so at peace, I don't even be worrying about certain shit like that. God ain't gonna even put nobody in my life like that to even crush me, because he know how hard I love. I love truthfully and deeply. I ain't no sucker. I don't care who knows that. But back in the days before I had knowledge of self and I was running around with that foolish shit, when I was running around with that negative shit, walking side by side with the devil, if you'd have told me some shit like that, with the ego I had, my dumb ass wouldn't even have cared about the fact that the woman I was dealing with gave or allowed someone to have sex with her without being raped. I wouldn't have gave a fuck about none of that. I'd have been on a manhunt for the nigga that had the audacity to put his cock in my chick. Yeah, that's when I was suffering from that disease back in the days y'all called bitch assness. I'm not doing no goofy shit like that now. And my mans that really, really know me and know how I get down, they ain't gonna tell me no dumb shit like that. Y'all ever heard of temporary motherfucking insanity? That shit is real. Motherfucker go to court, snap out, don't remember doing nothing. Look at the chick, Lorena Lebowitz, that cut a man penis off. That bitch said she snapped out because she found out he was cheating on her. They ain't do nothing to her. Look at the nigga Joey Buttafuoco. You know what I'm saying? Was messing with that 16-year-old little girl. That little girl went to that man's house and shot that woman's in her face. Joey Buttafuoco, he shot that woman. She shot that woman's face off. What'd they do? Nothing. They told her to go talk to a psychiatrist. Temporary insanity. You see what Magnificent Mecca said? That shit is real, man. You don't know what you're gonna motherfucking do when you got some shit going on in your motherfucking mind. And that's why I'm telling you I wouldn't do it. Stillmatic, salute. I appreciate you for pulling up in the building. You ain't late, you on time. Like I said, you could be anywhere other in the world, but you decided to pull up with us at the Big Dice Chronicles. We got a rewind button on the next when you come back. But the talk we're talking about is friends and certain things that we do. And if you found out your man girl was cheating, would you tell? Or would you mind your business and let the Most High bring it to light? See, it's ways to tell your peoples that they people is cheating without you physically saying that they cheating. There's rules to this shit. We got Jai.
You can hear me, Dice? Yo, Dice, can you hear me? Yo, Dice, could you hear me?
My fault. I had the mic mute. Salute.
Oh, salute. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I had the mic mute. My fault when I took my headphones off. I forgot I had it mute. Salute.
Yeah.
Giants in the building, y'all.
Salute. Yeah, I was just when you brought up because a lot of so sometimes that is when you bring up certain names, you know, we in different times, so sometimes you got to bring people back to speed. When you brought up you talking about Amy Fisher with Joey Buttafuoco.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So I remember when that happened and shit, and then I was up north and shit, and I had went to because I had broke my nose and all that up north. You know how they got football and all that shit upstate.
Activities, yeah.
So I didn't know my nose was broken or whatever, and so I
Damn, you
went.
strong, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't know or whatever. So what happened was I had went to. They took me to the hospital, not the outside hospital, and and Amy Fisher was on the bus with me. You heard?
Damn.
Yeah, and and we was in the hospital together, and me and her was talking and everything, and she was telling me that her whole bid was kind of sweet because she had like high ranking officers that was like niggas was in love with her, bro. Like
That's a
captains
fact.
and all type of shit like that, bro. Like just on the strength of what she did, son. She tried to blow that lady head off.
Word, bro. Walked up and rang her bell, man.
Yeah, man. So she even she even had they got a couple series about her, right? Like TV series.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, bro.
I remember they had the Joey Buttafuoco story back in the days. I remember that. It was a Joey. It was called a Joey. No, it was called the Amy Fisher story. Excuse
Yeah,
me. It was called the
yeah.
Amy Fisher story.
So for
That's right.
those that don't know, they could just look up Amy Fisher, and they'll be be brought up to speed on what we talking about or who we talking about, and they can see how it correlates with what you talking about.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like
That's
that
a
was his
fact.
he was a grown man, and he had a young girl as a side piece,
Facts.
and she was like she wanted him so bad that he was able to manipulate her to try to take out the wife.
That's a fact.
But the wife didn't die; she lived.
She lived.
And the wife was even trying to. The wife was like, I think like if I'm not mistaken, Dice wasn't like part of her face kind of like paralyzed a little bit or something like that
Yeah,
from the
she
bullets.
got the whole like the bottom of her chin is blown off and she like looked like she got a stroke now.
Yeah, so even when Amy Fisher was going to parole board and all that shit,
Mm-hmm.
even she was trying to help Amy get out. I don't know
Damn.
if you know that.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So in situations like that, man, like I can relate when you were saying at one point in time you was a demonic individual,
That's a
and
fact,
yet
John. That's the
and yet
truth.
and your peoples knew that if you was dealing with somebody and they was cheating, they knew if they told you, they already knew the outcome.
That's right. That's right.
Because
Alhamdulillah, I'm glad I'm
I
not with it
was
no
on that.
more.
Yeah, I was as a younger dude. I was on that time, and that if I find out some shit like that, it was no talking.
At all. Like a nigga gotta be crazy. Out of all the broads in the world, you gonna try to you fucking my broad? Is you crazy?
And it didn't matter. And the thing is, it didn't matter if I ain't know you,
Or not?
nigga. You know that's me. So the
That's the old Brooklyn.
audacity of you to even try.
That's a fact. That's
But
a
then
fact.
but then as a man now, like the flip side of that, as a man, like I'm not even gonna be mad at the dude, homie. Because if
Unless
you
he my
my
man.
woman and
I'm not gonna hurt him. It'll break my heart. The only reason I'll be heartbroken is if it's one of my friends. The things that I
so
would do back in the days,
huh?
alhamdulillah, I'm so glad I would never do again. But I would be heartbroken if it was somebody I call my bedroom. You dig what I'm saying? But
Oh
I
nah,
wouldn't
that's
harm him.
yeah.
I pray
Nah,
for him.
that's what you would have to do. You know why? Because at the end of the day, even though somebody that's close to you and they know that's your woman and they violate,
That's right.
she's still the one that willingly open up her leg. So she the one that's in violation.
That's a fact.
I'm not even gonna be. I'm gonna be upset with you, but I'm still. It's her who gotta feel the wrath. And her, when I say feel the wrath, ain't physical.
That's right.
It's like she gets cut off automatically. You got the nerve. Don't sit there telling me nothing because you willingly open up your legs for somebody that I'm close with, thinking that I wouldn't find out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I went to do my bid, don't and me and my son's moms, we was young or whatever case may be. You know the only thing I asked her, Dice?
What's that?
I said,
Keep
listen,
niggas away from my son.
nope. I said, and me and
Pull
her
up,
was
OG
not,
Sonny Blanco. Pull up. My fault,
and
Josh
me and
Lee.
her, yeah, and me and her was not together, bro. But I knew that I was going to do years in prison. So I'm like, yo, on the phone, right? I'm like, listen, I know that you know, I'm gonna be away for a while or whatever case may be. The only thing I'm asking you, don't fuck with nobody I know.
Facts.
Because I already know life goes on. You're gonna be fucking with somebody, but don't
Somebody.
fuck with nobody. I don't fuck with anyone that I know. That's all I ask right there. Just word for word on how I just said it. Don't fuck with nobody I know. That's
That's
it.
right. That's
And
right.
you know what she told me? She said, I don't like none of those niggas anyway. Because she didn't like none of my people. She felt like whenever I hung with them, I
Mm-hmm.
always ended up in jail.
Got you. Copy.
You know, so yeah, those things are serious, man. But I would want to know if somebody see a woman I'm dealing with and she doing some foul play. I definitely would want to know my I can stomach just probably close to anything I can stomach, and I just would leave her alone, bro. Cause
But see,
I'm not going to prison over no woman, brother. I'm
you're
sorry.
right. A person of your mindset, a person of our mindset, you're right. That's a conversation you could have. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? People know what we're gonna go through, and we know how we're gonna play ourselves. I ain't tricking myself off the street for that. If that's what you feel as
nah,
though you were supposed to do, that's a blessing from Allah to show me because I was gonna give you the world.
yeah. Cause tricking yourself off the street, Dice. That's like the most stupid thing in the world at this point in your life because you made it this far, right? To go and
Preach.
do you made it this far to go now and do 15, 20, 25 years off some dumb shit.
That's a fact. We got Sonny Blanco in the building, y'all. Salute, Sonny.
Hey yo, I'm driving from work. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Salute,
you.
salute, salute.
All right, this is all I'm gonna say real quick. John Ace, you already know, Playboy. I agree with John Ace and I agree with Dice. Yo, listen. Yeah, your man just a nigga just being a nigga. If he holler at your broad, if a broad holler at your man, she just being a broad. They don't owe you no loyalty, B. It's your significant other that owe you the loyalty. So I ain't got no problem with them. I got a problem if it's my man and my man knew. Like if you grew up with me and you know that's mine right there, I ain't have a problem with you. But if you just a nigga hollering at what's mine, you just a nigga that's doing
That's a
what every
fact.
nigga do. I ain't got no beef with you. You understand? I got beef with her because she owe me the loyalty. He don't owe me no loyalty. With that, I'm
Facts.
in the cut. I'm listening in. Your Dice, you already know. Uticus Ghost, you heard Jai Ace.
Salute.
Shout it out. Y'all be
Salute,
easy, homie.
salute. Hey yo, your Dice. You know what? Like me and my peoples growing up, even we was teens or whatever the case may be. You know what the rule was? The rule was your main lady, your main girl slash wifey is off limits. Everybody else is fair game. That was the
That's a
rule.
fact. Preach.
So if I know that this is wifey or this is Dice is claiming her, she's off limits. It doesn't matter. She could be coming at me. Oh, Dice in jail, so now she want to come our way. I was strong enough to dub it right there
That's right.
because the rule was the rule. Wifey, your main woman, off limits. Period. So now, if you cross that line, it's just a straight violation.
That's right. And in my law, it might not be a right law if I take you as my friend. This is Muslim law. If I take you as my friend and you cross that line and violate my wife, I got the right to take your fucking life. We can't
Mm-hmm.
do that over here. I'm not saying that's civil in the day and age we are, but it's certain things that's actually law.
Yeah.
When you invite somebody in your home as your friend, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As your friend. That's supposed to be your sister you're looking at when you see my queen. That's your sister. That's my sister I'm looking at when I see your queen.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
old Brooklyn, though.
But you know, also, I'm the type of dude that if me and a woman we vibing or whatever case may be, I want to know. I want to know everything. When I say I want to know everything, meaning that when we chopping it up, I'm the type of dude that I want to know the dirtiest shit about you.
That's a fact. Let me know that.
I
You tell
want to
me.
know. I want to know the good, the bad, and ugly. You know why? I know a lot of fucking people. So if I don't, so and I'm talking about when I say it could be the dirtiest, nasty. If you had threesomes with two dudes or whatever, I want to know that. I'm not gonna look at you different, but the reason why I want to know, I don't want nobody else telling me in the street.
That's a fact. Malik Washington said that's a fact. That's Islamic law. That's a fact.
So I'd rather you tell me. You know what I'm saying? And we can move on from there. So that's the type of person that I am. We can talk and be grown about whatever it is. But everybody's not on that level. Everybody can't. A woman should be willing to be freely. She should be freely willing to speak to a guy, uncomfortable enough to really speak to him and let him know. Well, years ago, I was dealing with
That's right.
couple dudes or whatever, and I was, this is the type of shit that I was into. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I was dealing with multiple dudes or whatever the case may be. I don't trust niggas. However she words it,
I respect that.
but I respect it. But don't sit there and be lying in my face because I'm gonna find out.
That's a fact. Nari said, she said, don't cheat on me, just leave me.
Yeah, Nari, and I understand that, but that doesn't happen in the real world.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes cheating, and this is me speaking real, sometimes it's not really intentional. It's just some people temptations, get the best of them.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just
Facts.
real talk. Sometimes, you don't mean to do certain things to hurt your significant other, but sometimes this is where women and men, because I'm not going to be biased.
That's facts.
Right? When a dude is telling a woman like, yo, I like, I like when a woman do such and such, and you keep ignoring this dude, he's telling you, because some women want to be traditional. They don't want to get like, let's say when we talk about sex, they don't want to go the extra mile and get a little nasty. You know what I'm saying? So if you somebody, you might want your woman to be your personal porn star when y'all doing y'all thing. Am I right, Dice?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So you explain a certain thing. So now when she's like, oh, you remember that Biggie? Remember on Biggie first album, Ready to Die? Remember that skit? You know I don't do this, right? Remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I ain't never did this before. Yeah, that's a fact.
So there's women, grown ass women that say that.
Grown ass men too. We can't be biased.
Yeah, you're right. And
Niggas
grown
like,
ass
I don't
men,
eat no pussy. Yeah.
they don't do this, they don't do that. So now that might be that woman thing. Her requirement might be like, yo, a dude gotta do X, Y, and Z. So now when a dude don't do that, she will or he will find somebody that's gonna do that.
Preach, brother.
You see what I'm saying?
That like button, y'all, and subscribe. Go over to Jai TV and subscribe, man. Yeah,
definitely go to Jai's TV and subscribe. Nah, but it's the truth. We need to have real conversations. Let's not be duck and dodging real convo. Because in order for us to be able to grow, we should be able to be on platforms and be honest, bro.
That's a fact.
It's too much. Everybody want to portray an image, right?
Talk.
But for who?
Talk.
I'd rather us be able to be 100 with each other and not through words, through actions, right? Where me and you could come on here and say what we're saying right now, and a woman actually say, yeah, that's me. Identify that's you are the person that says, I don't do this, right?
That's right.
They say, you know what? Let me try it.
That's right.
Because as much as people say in relationships, oh, the sex part don't matter. Yes, it do.
You ain't never lied.
It matters. We both need it. The man and the woman need that true connection. So for me, I'm gonna keep it 100. Sex is not just about the penetration part. It's about connection, homie.
That's right. Making my spirit at peace. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying. I don't. Me personally, I don't want to. You know, when you're younger, you going around like a rabbit, right? Dice.
That's right.
When you get older, you start understanding like the true elements and what sex really is and what's its purpose, and you start to grasp on to the importance of it, and you realize that without a true connection with that person, it's nothing.
You're right.
If you really connected to somebody, then how better is the sex, Dice?
You ain't never lied. Much more better. You're right. Because a dead nut, you just want the bitch away from you when it's over. You ain't never lied, bro. Preach.
And let's say after we both, release or whatever, let's be real. Can we conversate?
Preach, bro. God, preach, bro.
Because if we can't conversate, then what's the fucking sense? Dice, no bullshit. I'm big on, like, a woman could have a nice body. You understand what I'm saying, Dice? Me personally, I need intellect, homie.
You already know how it is with me. You already know how it is with me, Ja. You already know that.
See, I want to. My thing is, listen, baby, teach me some shit. I'm hungry for knowledge. Can you teach me something?
That's right. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
Hey, yo, can I chime in real quick?
Come on, nigga. You know you can.
I saw Mecca. Mecca, what up, Mecca? Renee,
Yeah,
what up,
Mecca,
baby
pull up,
girl?
Mecca, pull up.
I saw Mecca make a statement. I saw Mecca make a statement. Her statement was, if that's what you want, you can go find that. Now, I repeated that statement to answer John Ace's question. This is why people cheat, or the Nairi. This is why people cheat. You see, a man could be, just using you as an example, Renee. A man could be with Renee and love her dearly. Renee handled the bills right. Renee handled the household right. Yeah, I mean, she had hell of a cook and all that. Yeah, I mean, she played her position. And he can love everything about that dearly. But sexually, Renee may not be, yeah, I mean, up to par sexually. So he's stepping out. You see, this is the thing between men and women. Even though a lot of women could cheat and a lot of women do stuff, but this is the thing between men and women. You see, most men, we don't put our heart and our love and our emotions into having sex. Yeah, I mean, the only difference between most men between making love and just having sex is the emotions that you feel for that woman. You're in love with that woman. So when you have sex with that woman, you're making love. But other than that, fellas, I've been fucking since I was I've been having sex since I was 13. It ain't too much nothing new what Shorty could do. That ain't been done before. You understand me? Ain't too much you could do that ain't been done before. Or if you go do something that ain't been done before, that means because I don't like that. Don't do that again. You understand me?
That's right.
So when you're making love, you're only making love to that woman because you are emotionally in love with that woman. Other than that, Playboy just having sex. Now I'm gonna end it off real quick with this. Men don't put their heart or emotions into sex. There's a lot of women that don't, but 9 times out of 10, most women put emotions and love, and it all flow. It all go together. Men don't do that. That's why when men step out, a woman gonna have a harder time 9 times out of 10 when she found out her man stepped out. It's gonna touch her a different way because we don't put emotions in that. That's just maybe not we. Maybe that's just the way I think. I don't put emotions in that. I've been fucking since I was 13. What can you do new? Yeah, I mean, what's gonna be the different position or the different feeling? The only thing is different is the rest of the women I may not have been in love with. I happen to be in love with you. That's the different shit, my opinion.
That's a fact. That's a cold-blooded fact. Back in the days, they used to always say that. Back in the days when I was young, I used to be like, ain't no difference between fucking and making love. And I ain't gonna front. My OG was like, bro, yes it is. You'll learn one day. And he was dead right. Shout out to Mustafa, rest in peace. He was dead right. Somebody trying to pull up. Oh, we got Magnificent Mecca in the building, y'all. Salute. We got a woman's perspective. Hey, Mac, how you doing?
Shout out, Nene.
How y'all doing? Shout out to everybody.
Alive.
Okay. Now, let's understand this. All that really sounds real good, right? But I'm me. If I say to you, I'm not into that. The same way you want me to respect your freakiness, that's the same way you need to be understanding to my unfreakiness, right? Because a lot of you men don't realize some of y'all ain't never gave y'all woman an orgasm.
Facts. That's a
Okay?
fact.
That ain't my bag, mama. You go jump
No,
off
no,
about
they
a
ain't talking about me. I'm
mile
talking about the
one.
white dudes.
Nah, I just had to make a little joke. I just had to
Straight
make a
up.
little joke.
I allowed y'all to say everything, and
You
if
asked me,
it
you
don't
owe me.
apply,
At the end
let
of the
it
day.
fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. Okay? Because okay, okay.
You know what I'm saying, Dice? You owe me at the end of the day, Dice. You done bust off about 3 or 4 times. I caught one joint, Dice. You owe me at the end of the day.
Okay, right? So just because you're into something, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's your freak level, don't mean that I have to do your freak level. So if
Preach.
I'm saying about my comment is if that's the type of things that you're into, then I'm cool with you going to find somebody that's into that. I don't have a problem with it.
Whoa. Now see, I gotta respect that. Now see, OG. A
Nah,
lot
nah,
of
she
women.
cool with you going to find that,
That's a
but that don't
fact.
mean you gonna be with her, Dice. You but Renee, you
No,
gonna have to leave Renee to go find that.
I'm just
That-
shocked
She ain't
that you
staying
know what I'm
around.
saying. She
I'm not
actually said the
gonna
truth.
stay
She
around.
said she's gonna respect it. Go do what you
Oh,
gotta
say
do.
word. Say word. Where the fuck
I
they
said
made
I'm
you
gonna
at?
respect.
That's very rare, but
That's
it
very
do
rare,
happen.
man.
No. See, Sonny Blanco was right. When I'm saying I'm going to respect that, that's your freak level. That's your freak level. So you go find you somebody with that same freak level. I respect that. I'm good with it. It just won't be me.
That's why I love you. That's a fact.
You see,
You're rare. You're
we
rare.
can still be friends. I'll still have your back. It's just that we not on the same freak level.
But let me ask you something, Mecca. Would you still be loyal to him?
We wouldn't be together, so I wouldn't have to be
Yeah, I
loyal
was
or
right.
disloyal.
I was
See
right.
what I mean? So that means you're not gonna be with him at all. You're
We
gonna cut him
don't
off.
know. See, you didn't hear me. We're
Okay.
gonna still be friends. I'm gonna still have his back. We in the friend zone.
Oh, got you.
They
Got
friends,
you.
not lovers.
See?
They friends,
Got you.
not
Got
lovers.
you. Got you.
We
Copy.
in the friend zone. Now I'm your home girl, boy, however you want to put it. If you need me, you need advice about your woman, you going through something, I'm there for you for that. But your freak level is not my freak level.
I understand.
Hey, I remember when I was growing up, like my mom Dukes and my granny used to say, and we done heard this 1,000 times, but it was many men who played by these rules and shit went smooth. But they used to say, yo, a man go do what a man go do as long as he take care of home and home don't find out. That was almost a staple of words. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, nigga, I know you might do what you do, but respect me enough. Don't let me hear that shit in the streets and take care of your fucking business in this household. I come from that, you dig?
Yeah, that's so divine in the building. Salute. I see you in the building. You want to hear something funny,
And then
y'all?
and
That's
then
a
Sonny,
fact.
and then Sonny, you hear me?
Hear you,
Yeah.
John.
We living in, and the thing is that to ignore the fact that we're living in different times, bro. So, and I say that we living in a sex society, bro, where you know that's at a it's high on people's lists, right?
Facts.
So you remember at one point in time, white women is what made black women, and this is no
Yeah,
disrespect to I love all my black women,
yeah,
That's a fact.
nigga, I know where you going.
right? The white women put pressure, whether it was indirect or direct, they put pressure on black women to step up their game sexually because they you know how they've been white
No,
women have been snatching up.
black men
Hold on,
put the pressure on the
hold
black
on, listen.
woman to
All right,
step up
Nah,
no,
their
no, no, no.
game.
I
Listen,
got
hold on. Let me land, beautiful. Right. So the truth is this, right? The white women indirectly
Talk
or
that shit,
directly
John.
put the pressure on black women because they wasn't just snatching up black men because they were fine, they look good. No, their willingness to get dirty, to get nasty, black women caught on.
Preach.
So if you remember
okay.
back in the days, who ran the porn game, Dice?
Talk
White
that
people.
talk.
Huh?
So let me
White
say this.
women.
Let me say
So
this.
go
So
ahead,
do
love.
you think that the white women, right, were actually winning in porn because that's what y'all
No,
finding attractive at that time.
not winning in porn. They art
Nah,
imitated
attractive got
life.
nothing to do with it. They was freaky, is what he's saying. They was the first on camera with it,
They was
is what he's
captivating our
saying.
And
minds.
they made
So,
your Sonny. They made art imitate life. They brought it into reality, and
Facts.
that's what happened. So a
Respectfully,
lot
the
of black
only time I
Hey, yo,
heard
women got
let me piggyback off of that, Dice, when you finish. I mean, John Ace, when you finish, let me piggyback off
Go
that.
ahead, OG
no,
son.
the
Go
only
ahead.
respectfully, the
Hey,
only
yo,
time
listen,
I
I'm
heard
from a time. Oh, I'm
women,
sorry.
it ain't nothing. The only time I heard a black woman explicitly talk about being over aggressive sexually, there was two women. The first one was Millie Jackson listening to her mother,
Little Foxy Brown, and Little Kim.
and the
Oh,
second one was
back in
Little
the day.
Kim.
And
Go
the
ahead,
second one was
OG.
who?
Millie
The second one
Jackson
was
was a
Lil
freak.
Kim.
so
She said, we
Vanessa
even
Del
take it in the
Rio
bud.
didn't exist.
Yes, what? The whole Brooklyn. Then when Lil Kim said, we even take it in the bud, yes, what? The whole
Little
Brooklyn
Kim. Hey,
started
yo,
talking about having
that's where I
sex.
want to go, Dice. Let me tap in real quick, Dice. Let me tap in. That's where I want to go because I'm 49 and we all of the same era and all that good shit, right?
I'm
I
23.
remember
I'm
the days.
23.
I 23. I remember them days when white girls was giving head and electric. I got my GPS on pause. I
You
remember when
good?
white girls was giving head and let you titty fuck, but wouldn't let you hit the box. I remember black girls would let you hit the box, but wouldn't give you head or none of that crazy shit, right? Or if they did, you better not tell a motherfucking soul,
So
right? And what? Now, Millie Jackson, you right. Back in my mother days and all that, Millie Jackson was popping, right? But if it wasn't for Little Kim and Foxy Brown, right? A lot of these bros wouldn't be doing what they doing. A lot of niggas y'all owe that to Kim and Foxy Brown. And if it wasn't for, because again, what y'all A said, art imitates life and life imitates art. If it wasn't for Nori making a song called Head in the Whip, a lot of niggas wouldn't even know what that was about. You understand what I'm saying? So I agree with y'all Ace for a minute. White people always showed their freakiness.
you
They was
see,
the first with
Nari,
the orgies and all that good shit. They always showed their freakiness. We might have been freaky, but we ain't showing it, right?
she in the
Until
comments, she going
now.
at you, Josh. She says she want to know what you saying, Ja Ace TV.
Well, all Nari got to do is bring her
Pull
butt
up.
up on the stage.
Nari, I'm dropping the link right now.
Pull
We
up,
might
And
want
nah,
to be
nah.
this the
respective on
whole
this.
thing. This the whole
Pull up.
thing, right? Because ain't none of y'all ever been a teenage female, okay? None of y'all. All right. Now this is
And you
the
never
thing.
been a good next rail.
Listen. Let me finish. Let me land. I know for a fact that it was girls my age back in the day, white, Hispanic, all that was given fellatio.
Hispanic,
They
I
was
agree.
running trains on them. This ain't
Facts.
got nothing to do with no,
They
because
was.
white women was more freakier. That got to do with y'all was more freakier. And that's what y'all like. So
Yeah,
that's
because
what
we was
y'all went
watching
to.
porno.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had teenage sons. That's what y'all
Right.
do. Ain't
Yeah,
got
you're
nothing
right.
to
We
do
was
with
watching that shit at a
it
young
was black
age.
girls out here. I know some hoes. I grew up with some hoes.
Yo,
Like for
OG, my
real, for
pops for
real.
my 16th birthday. You see how the women be having the sweet 16s? My pops for my 16th birthday, y'all, gave me a Bursa 380 and a VHS tape. It was
We
called
getting.
Vanessa Del Rio's Fantasies.
I just asked y'all what happened to
I,
Vanessa Del
Yo,
Rio.
I saw that,
I
Dice.
swear to
I
God,
saw that
OG,
before.
Vanessa
I,
Del Rio's Fantasy, and he gave me a Bursa 380.
I miss
Look, he said, you
Vanessa,
want some
yeah.
more bullets? You're going to have to pay for them.
yeah,
Your
yeah.
Dice, we
I
getting
mentioned
feedback in the
Vanessa.
background. Feedback from somebody.
Somebody got feedback? Who that
That might
is?
be me. Let me pull out. That might be me. I'm on the interstate. I'm in the
Pull out and come
background.
back in,
Salute.
OG. Pull out and come back in. So, Divine, pull up and give me your perspective. Give me a perspective, so Divine. You see the link. You always banging in the chat. We ain't scared. Pull up.
Nah, but I understand where she coming from, and she's right because a lot of us started real young. I don't know your Dice. You know about Walt Whitman, right? You know Walt Whitman
Walt
Junior
Whitman.
High
Yes,
School.
sir. Yes,
I
sir.
went
Walt
to I
Whitman High
went to
School. That's
Walt
right.
I went to Walt Whitman,
Remember, we
and
talked about that.
yeah, and
You
and
was our
I
rivals.
yeah we was rivals with 210 and 390 both.
IS 390, and I went to both
Yeah,
schools, son.
yeah.
Maggie
So
Lita Walker. That's right.
so when I was in there, like I was 12, and I already my girlfriend at the time we both was 12. We was the same age or whatever. She got pregnant twice, bro.
Damn.
And her mother, the thing, she She had an abortion one time, and that's how when she got the abortion, that's how her mother found out that she was having sex. Her mother was a nurse in Kings County Hospital.
Like I said, if y'all ain't see the one I dropped the other day, so we got to start drinking right. I mean, excuse me, we got to start thinking right. It's times when I was in IS 390, and I'm not. This is sad, man. This is really, really sad. I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying this is sad, and it's a couple of times I participated in this shit. So God forgive me for being a child. It was certain women, certain young ladies that was so promiscuous. This was their thing. It wasn't like dudes was running up on them saying, "Yo, I want to be with you or have sex with you." No. Unfortunately, a lot of young girls that was in our junior high school and high school job, if you can relate to this, they were very aggressive, and they were the ones that were saying, "I like your friend too." Well, I like him too. Then we started having these things called hooky parties. The grown hooky parties,
Ding, ding,
everybody
ding,
bringing the
ding, ding.
bud. And you
Yeah,
know what
yeah, I
happens
remember
at them
those.
hooky parties?
Yeah, a lot was going on at them hooky parties, bro.
I salute you, Big Dice, for bringing that up because that's where I was going next.
Talk.
Uh-huh.
I'm with you.
That's where I was going next.
Yeah,
And who was at those hooky parties?
That's
What
right.
kind of girls was at the hooky party?
Black girls
Okay, then.
and Hispanic.
Okay, then. So that
Now, you ain't
means,
lie about that one. Them
so
Spanish,
that
some
means,
Hispanic women, they were very passionate. That wasn't no disrespectful shit. They were just very passionate
Right.
people, man.
right.
For real.
It's no disrespect. That's why I'm saying it's women like that. They existed back then. It's just that they didn't have access to cameras and stuff like now. That's
right.
the only
And it was a
difference.
taboo. Remember, it was secretive.
Right. It was
That's right.
secretive, even though after whoever went to the hooky party the next day, everybody in the school knew what happened.
Mm-hmm. That's
You
right.
know why?
Yeah,
Because
that's a
y'all
fact.
was snitching.
That's right. You're right. That's a cold-blooded fact. We was dead ratting.
Nah, but how could you no, it wasn't even that because if you doing that at a hooky party, everybody's right outside. They know what's going on inside that room.
That's a fact.
So of course they're gonna go to school the next day and spread that shit.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Those are facts.
That's how a lot of kids,
So, Dice,
unfortunately.
I'm
Huh?
only a little bit older than you.
I'm only 23.
Yeah, that's why I'm only 23 and a half.
All
I
right,
said a
cool. I'm
little
with
bit.
it.
I said a
Go
little
ahead.
bit. So, like, come on, Big Dice. And you from Brooklyn.
That's a fact.
Okay, I went to Park West High School. I just want you
Oh
to know that.
God.
I went to Park West High School when
Dang.
Malik Yobo was in there. Okay, all right. You know that it was hoes in different area codes a long time
You
ago.
ain't
Come
never
on,
lied.
Big Dice. Let's keep it real.
That's why a lot of us
We gon'
unfortunately dropped out of school.
we gonna have to give. We can't keep giving all the freak level to the white women. It was black women with freak levels too.
You're right. It was just more. It was more broadcasted
We not
back in the
that's what we
days. You're
talking
right.
about.
It was just
We're
more
not knocking the
broadcasted
black queens and saying they
at
didn't
all.
have it in them. We saying that
No, I
these
am locking them a
women,
little bit because they used to make niggas wait 4 and 5 months. Remember that shit, John?
yeah.
4 and
Okay.
5 months.
So let
Okay.
me ask you something though, Dice. Now, being that times have changed, right? So now, women are, and I can be, all the women can quote me if I'm wrong, but I don't. I know I'm not wrong because I actually am very like cool with women. You know why I learned a lot? Because I got a lot of women in my family.
That's a fact.
So and I know I'm close with them, and we talk, we conversate, or whatever case may be. And you got some women that will actually give a dude some head or whatever case may be, right? And see it as nothing, but won't give him no box Dice
You've never
until
lied.
a certain time that you're talking about. What's
You've never
that
lied.
about?
The same thing with the women. I know some women that quote unquote say you can eat me out, but you can't fuck me. Like, what the fuck
No,
is that?
I'm trying to figure out. I just need some answers.
Like, what the
Dice.
fuck
I'm
is
trying to
that?
figure out
Like, to the women,
what's
what the
going
fuck
on.
is that?
Because I can't answer why the women. Because this is I'm going. What happened? Some women not top, but right now he ain't getting under this box right now. But I
Right.
suck him off. I'm trying to
That's right.
figure out what changed and where that came from.
Left the what and take
And
the what?
and you wanting to put the joint in your mouth, right? And everything is cool, but you ain't giving up the box. I'm just trying to figure out. You'll put the thing in your mouth, but you saying that the guy can't put his joint inside you. What happened? And what's that about?
That's right. And I think that's more, to me, that's more deep.
That's
You
why I'm
dig what I'm
asking the
saying?
question, Dice.
Orally.
That's what?
I think to me, like that's a more, or like anybody can fuck somebody, excuse my language. Anybody can insert a penis, anybody can, but to have oral sex with a man or woman, to me, I would think that's a deeper and a more, you know what I'm saying, going further. So I understand what y'all saying. Like, you mean to tell me you're gonna give me oral, but you won't let me penetrate? To me, you just said you're gonna let me penetrate, but you're not gonna give me oral because that was supposed to be more sacred when we was coming up.
That's why I asked that, Dice. In comparison to growing up, that's what happened.
Because me, I've
It
never,
was the reverse.
it was different. Like I was so, we was so, that was such a no to us growing up. And I was raised in the West Indian culture. You dig what I'm saying? And they bamboozled me. I was thinking that West Indian men didn't perform oral sex, pure lies. But they told us they didn't. You dig what I'm saying? So I didn't have oral sex with anyone until I was 24 years old. And that's a fact, because I thought that shit was just a no attack. They said, boy, don't eat no girl in them, some bleeding blood clot. We listening to that every day.
Lie, huh, Dice?
We listening. Yo, they threw my head off. They like this. I'm on them to know y'all no blood clot gal. Them gal bleed my youth. I'm listening to that goofy shit.
Yeah,
And the same night they said it, they going in the crib, yamming up yam.
Can't be a bull cat there, King.
Word up. Can't go down, you know. You hear what Buju said? Them bow.
Yeah.
Oral sex was a taboo. They made a record on that shit.
So Devon said, yo, Dice. So Devon said a lie that my blood clot tell.
For real.
Fact.
It's the truth.
So Devon. Fact.
But you want to hear something funny? The West Indian, not all, and shout out to all my niggas from Yard. A lot of them niggas would beat they women vicious if they told that shit. Like if you go on the street talking about he ate me out, them niggas went crazy over that shit.
Gunshots.
But the girl that go out telling me I Yamasa throwing them out the window, beating them with sticks, all type of shit.
Facts. I see my uncle do it.
First of all, you're not supposed to share what goes on in your bedroom anyway.
You're right.
Somebody gonna want it.
For real.
Why, if you got a girl, right, and when she giving you your fellatio, right, and when you hear like motherfucking your best rap song at that time, that shit to have you driving where you can get a speeding ticket, why would you go tell that?
It's a fact.
Because he gonna try it.
It's a
Same thing with women. Don't be telling your friends your man got the whatever size penis or whatever he does that's great to you. Don't share that.
That's a fact.
Don't share that.
That's a fact.
Keep it to yourself.
Word up, that's a fact. Dudes too. Dudes be running around talking about, yo, son, you know what she did? Yo, you know what she did? And if you tell, people be telling things to people that, some people tell things to people that don't have no respect for them.
That's
and when you open the door, some clowns will run in.
It don't matter if they got respect for you or not, Dice. You should be saying that.
That's right. Certain things you're just intricately not supposed to talk about.
Yeah, it don't matter if they got respect for you or not. You keep that on the low, because if it's always the old cliche, like in high school. That's why I stayed doing me in high school. Because niggas will hit something and then go tell, like when they say go tell they hit something, you ain't never hitting that again, B. Never. Like I kept my mouth shut, B. I kept my mouth shut, nigga. My stats was up. At motherfucking Princeton, my stats was up. At Wingate, my stats was up. Down south, my stats was up. Keep your mouth shut, young boys.
You know, when I was coming up, I always thought I was super tough. So everybody used to be like, yo, Dice just my brother. He be walking me home because people bother me. And I went with it, OG.
Yeah, rock with that. Yeah. That way her boys can go stay over you.
Back in the days, everybody waiting after the basketball game. Why they walking home together? This is my little sister. Leave her alone.
But Dice, let me ask you a question. So at that time, right? Because you know back then, you thought you was doing something, right?
Boy, I thought I was busting a move, like
But
Compa
guess who?
said.
Let me tell y'all, man, a secret. Guess who out of your whole crew, the one that was getting the most cooter mamas? Guess.
Tell me. Tell me.
The one that was standing over there in the corner minding his business,
You ain't
not
never lied.
saying nothing.
No, I learned that. I
You
learned
know
that.
why?
She's right. I
You
learned
know
that
You
why?
trick.
ain't never
Because
lied.
we know he ain't gonna open his mouth.
Because that was my cousin Jimmy. He was from down south and he had light brown eyes, but he was shy and bashful. And we ain't
No,
know
he
he was
wasn't.
killing everybody.
He was shy and bashful to y'all. He
Yeah.
wasn't shy and bashful to the women.
Word
Yeah,
up.
you're right, Mecca. And you know what she's saying is accurate. Because you know what I had learned at a young age, Dice.
Mm-hmm.
I knew when to play that person she talking about.
Preach.
You know what I mean? So I knew when to be versatile. Because when you played that person that she talking about, the box came to you.
Right.
Yo, I was so scared of women. That's why I was so aggressive in the street. Tell you honest to God truth, since we all family. I was terrified of women. Listen to me, Ja. Women would walk up on me and literally say, "How you doing? What's up, Damon?" and stuff like that, because I was a nerd. So that's what attracted women to me also, because I was smart. So I used to tutor in all the schools I went to. You know how many chicks really was like, "Yo, all this time I'm trying to holler at you." I was so naive and so bashful and terrified of women. I didn't even see all the signs, Ja. I didn't have women. Let me tell you something, Ja. My homegirl came to my crib one time. She told me she wanted to study because we was in high school. My homegirl came to my crib in the summer, Ja, and all jokes aside, when she came to the crib, I'm so stupid. This is the summertime, and she talking about she want to study. She came to my crib with a silk jacket on, no bra, and had a pair of Daisy Dukes on, no panties. So when she came to the crib, she had a knapsack and everything, y'all. So when she laid on my couch, she was like, I was so tired, I didn't even really think about no motherfucking school or nothing like that. What we doing? Yo, you know what I did, Ja? I said, let's go get something to eat. We went to McDonald's, bro. Fuck the whole mood up, yo. That's how naive I was to women, man.
Yeah. You know how I learned a whole lot though, Dice, early? Because in my early years, I was hanging with my father a lot. You heard?
Facts.
And like I used to see how he, because I knew from a young age that I like women. Like you a little kid, but you don't really understand. But I knew that when I seen a woman in a broad, I'm talking about very young. I was like, yo, I like the essence of a woman at a young age. So then
Facts.
to follow up with that, I used to hang with my father, and my father thought he was the motherfucking man.
Hit that
So
like
we be
button, yo. Hit that like button.
driving in the car, and my father used to be, with his head out the window trying to holler at the women and telling them she's so fine. You know the line that the dudes used to doing back in the days, right? And I used to be in the passenger seat, a little kid, and I thought it was cool. So I'm like, oh, so all of that locked in with me early. Yo, man, this is how you're supposed to be with women. Women should be the people that you give this type of attention to. I knew that early.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So when Mecca was speaking about like the guy who's quiet, and it's been times when years ago when my man's and I'm gonna come knock on my door. Yo, what up, Summer Boom? And I'm like, yo, what up? Because I got somebody in the house, a young lady. I'm like, what up, yo, what up, son? You ain't gonna let me in? I'm like, yo, nah, I got somebody here. Then when I let them in and they see who it is, they be like, oh shit, they can't believe that it's the person
Facts.
because
Facts.
this person is not known for giving up no box.
That's right.
But because of what Mecca's talking about, I knew when to play that position. That individual was like, yo, nah, I could fuck with him because he gonna be quiet. He's not gonna run his mouth. He's not gonna have my name all over the streets. Cause I wasn't one of them dudes that believed in you dealing with a woman or a girl or whatever, and then you go and run in your mouth. I was never that type of dude, bro.
Facts. Facts.
Yo, such and such. You know why? Because I always thought about that. Yo, you gotta remember she first of all, she ain't supposed to be even doing what she doing.
That's a fact. I was always, you know how I got a lot of women? Playing handball in spades.
You
playing
can also
handball in
get
space.
a lot of women by just hanging around a lot of women.
You ain't never lied. Praise God.
But when you're hanging around these women, right? See, because I need y'all to understand that y'all sex organ is really the brain. Okay, Google it. It's science. But anyway, right? You have to, when you're hanging around these women, you have to learn to pick out which one is the hot tamale in the group.
Facts.
Like you gotta let me say it this way. You gotta figure out which one of them is the pastor's daughter.
Facts.
And that's who you stay away from. That's who you make your friend. She only can be a friend.
You see what Nari said, Dice?
What's that?
She said that social media has made it difficult and yet easy nowadays too.
That's true.
Oh, that's a fact. Social media is like you go on Instagram now. You don't even need porn no more, Nari. It's right there. It's on IG.
Preach.
Matter of
And
fact, where I'm at in the Carolinas, you can just walk your ass outside in the summertime.
Boy, you ain't never lying.
so Nari, just so we can bring it back to speed, Nari. This is what push this conversation to where it's at. That's you just hit it in the head. That's what we're talking about. The difference in time. Like so now, black women are doing what you're saying, Nari. With the social media, they're pushing the envelope. Where back in the days, white women they dominated the porn industry. Now black women runs social media. Am I right, Dice?
Boy, you ain't never lied.
Well, the reason
It
why
seemed
the
like
white
black women damn near running the porn industry now.
listen,
So
listen,
yeah, they are.
listen,
So
that's a fact.
Nari, you answered everything with that with your statement.
And yes, I agree with Nari. And to add on to what Nari is saying, the reason why the white woman ran the porno industry back then, because back then women had respect for themselves. Women
You're
had
right.
respect for their bodies.
Hmm.
Women wore clothes. Black women covered up. We stayed fly and sexy. And then all of a sudden, we done fell. Well, not my generation. They done fell and bumped their head.
Well, Big
We
Dice
lost
just did
the
the show
respect.
3/4 of cloth.
I
Whatever
was
happened to rocking 3/4 of cloth, never showing your stuff off, boo?
yes. So that is why
Television.
the self morals and the self respect on the way that you should carry yourself as a black queen woman at all time has left the building.
Because unfortunately, a lot of demonstrations of kings and queens aren't being displayed to children anymore. And that's just a sad fact, y'all.
Right.
That's like the sad fact. Like, don't get it twisted. My pops was in jail for 10 and a half years. Don't get it twisted. My pops went down on a body. And I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all my mom's did not have no man around her in 10 years because that's a straight up lie. But I'm going to tell you one thing. When she did have a man around, I knew it but didn't know it
Facts.
because she would always send me to my aunt's house, y'all.
Facts.
But check this out. One time she sent me to my aunt's house in East New York, and my cousin, her daughter, was in a car accident. So my aunt had to leave to go to Kings County Hospital. So on the way from East New York to Kings County Hospital, my aunt dropped me off. So when she dropped me off, my uncle that stayed on the second floor of my grandmother's building, because we on 170 Utica Avenue, he was letting me in. I didn't even have to ring the bell to wake my moms up. So back then it wasn't no cell phones and shit like that. So my aunt didn't have a chance to call my mom. So when I goes upstairs to the top floor, Jais, and knock on the door, oh my God. You want to hear how silly my mom's played herself? The dude that was there, respectfully, a good friend of hers, right? He went in my room and got in the bed. So this is what I go. My mother was like, yo, you can sleep in my room. Like, sleep in your room? You don't never want me to sleep in your room and no any other time. You dig what I'm saying? Fuck you mean you want me to sleep in your bed? She's like, no. And the dude had to go to the bathroom and I seen him come out my room. My mom's laid in that bed with me holding me like she thought I was gonna fall asleep. I'm wondering why I'm in the damn bed. The nigga had to use the bathroom. So I only seen one man. It's gonna go down. But it's more than one way to skin a cat. And a woman gonna do like my mother told me, what she wanna, when she wanna, with who she wanna.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And
And that's a fact.
99% of the time, if she got, let's say, you know, those men that they got multiple women, so they got their woman at home, and like she doing him right, but he the dirty one.
You ain't
You
never
know
lied.
you giving her idle time, right? Every time you running around with any particular woman, right? You give her idle time. And a lot of the times, and you know, I ain't saying all do it, but a lot of the time when she starts saying, okay, I see you. Oh, you want to hang out with Bobby? All right, you going to hang out with your boys? Okay, I'll see you when you get back. That's because as soon as you leave the front door,
She
another
gone.
nigga coming in through the back.
That's a
And I
fact.
don't mean in your house, literally.
But you know what I mean. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Okay.
You ain't never lied.
And
You
you
ain't never
will
lied.
never know. You will never know unless she tell you.
That's a fact because women are very great at keeping that shit on a
Because
hush.
they're not gonna come out. See, y'all come out of pattern. Y'all have a certain when you, especially if you've been in this relationship
Hit that
long
like
for
button,
a
y'all.
long period of time, right? It's a certain pattern you have. Everybody, the woman and the man, it's a certain pattern every day that take place. See, with that particular female, I'm not putting it on all female because I don't generalize. These particular
Fact.
female that does that, right? They know what time you're gonna come home. They know you're gonna say you're going to hang out with at a certain time because you have a certain routine. So she's not
Fact.
going to treat you different. She's going to agree with all of that. Yeah, uh-huh. And then, right, you're going to go out because she needs you to go. Because now she done got used to you not being there.
Preach.
She got used to you not being there because you done gave her idle time. And idle time is the devil's playground. And then
Yeah,
she's
I
gonna
don't.
go to the supermarket one day, and then some guy gonna come up there and say, "You know, you're a very attractive woman. Here's my number. Call me if you want to ever go out to eat."
Oh, I can't stand you. I can't stand you, Mecca. I love you and can't stand you right
Okay,
now because you ain't
that's
never
how it
lied.
starts. That's how it starts,
Hit
right?
that like
So
button.
at
Dog
first,
Skin Beauty,
she
pull
gonna
up and give
be,
us your perspective. Dog Skin, pull up. I dropped the link.
yeah, she gonna be conflicted at first. She gonna be conflicted because she gonna be like, "I love my boo, but you know he be doing what he be doing, and then he be leaving me home lying, talking about he over there with Pookie and when he really laying up with Chantel around the corner, but he think I don't know." So then
So what do you think about
she don't
Chantel?
call him.
What you think
He
about
calls. I'm
Chantel?
getting to Chantel.
No, I'm saying,
I'm gonna
what do you
get to
think about
Chantel.
Chantel that know you? Chantel know who you are. Chantel laugh in your face every time she see,
No,
yeah,
no, no.
girl. I'm
See,
like,
you not letting me finish. You not letting me finish because Chantel is not laughing in my face. Chantel is helping me laugh in your face. It's what Chantel is doing.
Dog Skin Beauty says same perspective as Mecca. I'm dealing with this right now. Dog Skin Beauty, I dropped the link. Pull up. I need
See,
another woman up here to talk.
Chantel is helping me laugh in your face because I know about Chantel, but you don't know about Dexter St. John.
I can't stand you. I can't stand her, Ja. I
yo,
can't
check
stand her.
your nice. Yes, check how she used Saint Jock.
I can't stand her, son. I can't stand her. I love her to death and can't stand her at the same time.
Okay? So I'm just keeping it, because we family. We family. It's grown people talking.
Saint
I'm
Jock
just
is slaying.
I'm sharing some things with y'all that, like, huh. Y'all give us idle time. Y'all keep thinking, and especially if it's the one that held you down and had your back, and she gotta go to that route. I'm gonna tell you, when she tell you about Dexter St. John, she's done with you.
Hit that like button. How you feel, So Divine? I appreciate you for pulling up. Give us some of your input.
Hey, So Divine.
She in the building? She said
Yeah,
she was cooking. So Divine, you in the building?
right there.
She
Mecca,
probably away from the phone.
Mecca,
Huh?
with the experience that Big Dice and I have, we overstand. We don't understand. We overstand everything you're saying,
Uh-huh.
and we respect it because we know that it's a fact, right? But we putting out this info for those that's naive, for the
Right.
guy, for the men who think that they're that slick, right?
Mhm.
That they're getting over or whatever case we. Nah, you have to understand that women will play dumb and act like they don't know what the fuck you doing. And like you
Pull
said,
back up, so
oh,
Divine. Pull back
oh,
up,
you,
so Divine, and make sure you hit your. Excuse me, y'all. Pull
hmm
back up, so Divine. Make sure you hit your microphone when you come in, and when you come in, make sure your mic is not muted, because we had you on stage, we just couldn't hear you.
yeah.
Go ahead,
Or
John. I'm
you,
sorry. Excuse me.
or you going out with Sean and them. All right, I see you later on or whatever. She already got a plan on what she getting ready to go do. So
Mhm.
me and Big Dice, we understand that that's a reality. But some people gotta wake up because we living in different times where women are no longer naive, bro, the way people think.
The way we thought, they
The way
never
you
was naive.
thought.
We just
They
assumed
never
that.
been naive.
We just assumed that. You ain't never lied. We just assumed that.
How you think people got uh uh brothers and sisters and they by their mother and later on in life they find out that it was Mr. Bob next door, baby. That's how that
Yeah.
happens. Because that father that went and made another family left his wife with idle time,
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, 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 mm.
thinking he was doing something slick, but he wasn't. And then wound up taking care of a kid that wasn't even his for 18 years. He paid
Mama's
child
baby.
support and all that, and then found out later on it was Mr. Bob baby next door.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Hit that like button if y'all ain't subscribed, and tell a friend to
So,
tell a
and
friend.
if
Hit
you
that like button.
married to the woman and she get pregnant, they
That's
gonna
your baby.
automatically
That's your
make
baby.
you the father.
That's the law in North Carolina.
They gonna automatically make you the father.
They don't care nothing about no blood tests. Talk.
Okay? In North Carolina, your
That's a
woman
fact.
get pregnant, and then you can do the test, and it can say it ain't your baby.
That's your
You be
responsibility.
the pappy of that there baby because you married to her.
I be that pappy boss.
You be that pappy
I be that pappy
of
boss.
that there baby, and you gonna take care of it,
Or you going to jail.
or you going to jail. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Nyree said some men want their cake and ice cream. That
Yep.
that works both. It works both ways. Now I'm not gonna let y'all just attack the men.
Yeah, because some
No,
women
Some
want their
women
hair
is
and their
on that
nails done.
timing too.
Some
look,
women
Some
want their
some
hair
some
and they want their
guys
nails done.
explain.
some men are like your Dice. Let's be real. Some men are laid back. They be chilling and all that. They might not be as outgoing as some women want, and some women take that as a weakness and they be out there doing their thing. I ain't gonna
But
let Nyree just come and just bash the men like that, bro.
but guess what? It goes the same way. Cause see, I'm an equal opportunity tell you about your shit in reality check, right? That woman is also giving that man idle time,
You ain't never
giving
lied.
him
Okay.
time to for another woman to watch you go out every day. She's gonna watch you. So now we're gonna do it. I told you I was gonna get to Chantel. I told you. Now, right? So this woman is sitting on the porch watching you leave every day with your little homegirl. You got on slut outfits, but your man is home taking care of the kids. He
Preach.
cooking. He picking them up from school. He going to the game. But Lisa is sitting on the porch watching that. Right now, Lisa man is doing the same shit you doing. And matter of fact, you and Lisa man might be the ones meeting up together. Who knows? Right? Because we don't really know what go on in the whole world. Okay. Now, Lisa one day is gonna walk over there and say, I can pick the kids up from school for you.
Woo.
And then he gonna say, well, I don't know. My wife, she might have an attitude because and then Lisa's gonna say, well, our kids go to the same school. I live right across the street from you. I don't have a problem with picking the kids up. I pick mine up. He gonna say, okay, Just don't tell my wife,
Mm, mm, mm.
right? So now Lisa picking the kids up. So then she keep going out every weekend. So it's gonna happen when she go on vacation with her friends, cause now they free for however long she on vacation.
Preach.
And Lisa then went and got your man. I mean Chantel. Chantel. Her name was Chantel. My bad. I done
Well, you know,
named her
down here in the
woman.
South, I could put that on the male point of view because, you know, down here, a lot of people carpool to work. So a lot of these dudes that want to sit home in the crib and play PlayStation all day, and they got that woman going to that plant that don't have that vehicle. It's going to be that dude that she meet at the plant and be like, yo, oh, you live there? I live like 5-6 minutes for you. I can use that gas money every week. Start riding with me.
They call work husbands.
Talk that shit.
That's what they call work husbands. They take you to lunch. They do everything nice, small stuff, the little stuff. They do that. And the next thing you know, you got you a job husband.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Dark
This
Skin
is
Beauty
why
said,
Mecca.
tell it, Mecca.
This is why Mecca. We enjoy Big Dice Chronicles Giants TV. If you're not subscribed to Giants TV, Mecca, subscribe to Giants TV. Big Dice and Giants TV. This is the type of things that we like to deal with. We on a reality type level, and this is what we bring. We bringing that reality to YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we doing. Our lane is our lane, and we staying in it,
We staying in it.
and we enjoying the how women are active in our chats and willing to come up on the stage. And this is why I created my platform to just touch on different things. And like my last show that I did, I interviewed a woman who just came home from doing time and everything, because a lot of platforms, they highlight a lot of the men who do time and men who was in the street. Nah, hold up. The women was out there too, homie. They was out there holding the men down, doing dirt too. So we not gonna forget them. So I wanted to
Right.
give women an opportunity also to speak about the shit that they've been through, on how, because they chose a certain route, how the sacrifice caused them to leave their children behind. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Because we too much is going on where the men is always the men. Nah, women have been incarcerated, stuff like that, leaving 2 kids, 3 kids behind. Some of them, the system took the kids. We got to talk about these things.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, because back in the days, right? Because Mecca wasn't always good. Back in the days, I got caught coming from Jamaica at JFK Airport. Okay? Now, because my best friend, boyfriend at the time was the, dude, I really got paid more than everybody. You feel what I'm saying? But when I got caught at JFK Airport, real talk, real talk, real talk. Soon as they said you had a right to remain silent, the first thing came, everything after that was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The first thing came to my mind was, yo, if I go to jail, who's going to take care of my kids? I never committed another crime.
Praise
Because
God.
because who was going to take care of my kids?
Praise God.
See, even though I had my mother, I had family, but even at that age, it made me actually say, wait a minute, girl, who gonna take care of your kids? Because ain't nobody gonna take care of your kids the way you are.
That's a fact.
Preach. And if y'all ain't seen
And
that episode on Giants TV, go see it, because that young lady story, I watched that episode. That shit was so sad. That shit was so sad.
And
Like Giants said, now her son that went to the same gang that she was involved with when she was incarcerated, now he's just coming on his way home. Go over there to Giants TV, man, and pick up that content, man. This is real grown, man.
I think
And
I'm
grown women
subscribed to
content.
you already,
and
John.
and and and, and not and the thing is that it meant so much to her, Dice, that Nine Reed, Mo Fire, Queen Mo Fire, Dark Skin Beauty, Cola, and a bunch of them. The women were so supportive. She felt that fire, homie.
That's right.
Like
That's
wow,
right.
like these women are supporting me, telling her pushing her to keep going the way she going, the direction that she chose. Like wow, you doing so great, and you just been home a year. So we
That's right.
need that, and like
See,
we need we need that, but we also need the dudes now, Dice, to start doing that as well. Start motivating and pushing each other the same way. They jumped on that the way I listen. I was watching Big Dice. The women just jumped on it automatically and was supportive, homie.
That's right.
Us
oh,
dudes, we don't do that enough. But I do respect the fact that 050 the movement has done that
Facts.
when it comes down to pushing the envelope, getting brothers together and all that. That's not highlighted enough because you know why? People only see certain things with 050, the drama,
Shout
the
out to
beef,
050
but
China Brim. A lot of people don't know China Pay. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't know. Shout out to 050 China Brim. Let me tell y'all something. I know China from when he was younger and El Compa. And I salute them and I admire them for the way they let me know the way I'm walking is the best way to walk because sometimes you gotta crawl. You know, you can't just get up and run. Sometimes you gotta crawl. And China do a lot behind the scenes that people don't know. Yeah, he do a lot of the
and
entertainment
Harlem Legend TV
and Platinum Shine. Shout out to the
and
whole
Platinum
050
Shine.
movement. And shout out to Melly Mel from a young female's perspective. Because certain things Mel been through, like she said, she have her days. And sometimes she can relate to each other. So everybody need to make sure y'all go over to the Hood Chick Chronicles and make sure y'all subscribe. We got Urban Articles in the building. He got the vintage
but see,
pieces and he be selling. Go over to my man. That's why I need. Let me explain it to you. The women that's in the chat, tell your homegirls, tell your cousins, tell your sisters, tell your mothers, tell your aunts, because I'm gonna bring up certain topics. This ain't nothing, y'all. Wait till the new year start. I got certain interviews with people that's gonna really, really shock YouTube because they coming, like Josh said, up here just because of the strength and the friendship and the bonds that we've got with each other. Because we trying to get people, we got to get this shit right, y'all. I
okay, you
jokingly,
know what I'm gonna do for you, just that Big Dice
yes, ma'am,
that I really didn't do with other people with my story.
yes, ma'am,
I'm gonna let you take it from the beginning.
and I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
I'm gonna tell you how to go all the way back and get all of the 911 call, um, you know, the newspaper articles
Yes,
from
ma'am.
the beginning, because I'm gonna do that for you.
If y'all don't
Okay,
know who Magnificent Mecca
I
is, let
did.
me explain something to you. I'm so honored that she even brought that up because I never brought that up on this platform. I just said she the boss of victims, but she ain't no victim. She's a survivor. You understand what I'm saying to you? And when she come up and grace the platform with her story, I'm telling you, man, I need women and men. I need all of us to get together. If it's 25, 50 of us, it's 25, 50 of us. We know 25 or they know 25 and they know 25. Shit got to get around. Yo, we can get this shit right, man. We ain't savages, man.
So
Fucked
one
up they
thing,
got us thinking that, but we ain't savages. We beautiful people. We love each other, man.
so also Dice. So with people, I just want to also put out there, like if people go on to Giants TV, Big Dice Chronicles, or whatever. So also remember, if you go on, if someone go on your home page, Dice, some of the stuff that you may have done that you didn't do on live. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say certain stuff that you didn't do on live is right there on the homepage. But to see all your lives, they just gotta click the live button.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So
Yeah.
sometimes your lives won't be on your actual homepage. They just gotta hit the live and they can see all your lives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all understand that. Listen to what Jai said. If y'all can, just hit that live button and hit that notification and bell button for we all going up. And if y'all ain't subscribed, like I post, so Devon says she just subscribed to you. If y'all ain't subscribed to Jai
I
Yeah,
like
I
subscribe to
definitely
him.
appreciate that.
word up.
I
Mecca say, yo,
I
this real
subscribe to
grown
him
shit. This is
because
grown talk, y'all.
once he told me, see, the reason why I'm both victims. You understand? Because my thing is anything that somebody went through, even with women going to jail that was in that game and they went to jail, they still was away from their kids. So that's still weighed on them heavy. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I'm here to let them know. I mean, I'm not gonna say it as you ain't the only one that been through something, but in that way, but I'm here because this is what I survived. This is how I came back to life.
Inshallah.
This is why I'm able to come up here and still communicate. This is why I don't care what anybody think about me. This is why I don't mind telling my story, and who try to make a mockery, it's not going to bother me. It only shows me more and more that I survived that. I'm strong. So I'm here for a reason. And the reason is to show other women that we can come together and support each other, and we can all be happy because we can have each other back.
Yeah,
That's a
you're,
fact.
you're 1,000% right.
Because
And
I
me,
had
and me
a
personally,
support.
I ain't doing no bashing. We don't do that over here. Like, all jokes aside, even if I have a problem with someone, I can have a problem with Magnificent Mecca. I can have a problem with one of the women in the chat. Y'all got to understand something. All men is not, so we understand we make mistakes sometimes, and I'm really from that era. If I did something that offended someone, it's my duty to make it right. Even if they don't accept the apology, my grandmother always told me I did my effort and my diligence by trying to make it right. So that's my blessing. That ain't never been me. I love women. I come from a woman.
And at the same time, Dice, let me say something real quick. At the same time, so even when, if somebody wants to like chop it up, have a vibe, whatever, Nari, I think Dawson, if I'm not mistaken, I think Dawson Beauty followed me on Instagram. You can go through my Instagram page. That's the real me.
Facts.
I'm really on there for it. It's not like, that's me. If you want, DM me. Dawson Beauty just brought up something. One of my shows, Dice, was on was about autism.
Damn.
Because there's a lot of I'm not, no knock to the men, but a lot of women are left with the responsibilities, right?
Preach, brother.
Of caring for the kids with autism or whatever. So I did a show and I had mothers up there. And I didn't even, and there was so many women in the comments, Big Dice, that I didn't know that they were dealing with the same thing that the women on the platform was dealing with, brother.
Yo, you
But
know
the
what?
reason, so I can actually, just so everybody know, I can actually come up, do shows every day if I want to. But what happens is that you're gonna see gaps in between times when I do a show, because I'm strategically thinking about substance first. So when I bring something to the table, I gotta bring fire to the table. You understand what I'm saying, Dice?
That's why that's the only thing I want. Is like me, I'm just building up my family right now. And like I said, we could jive and joke sometimes, but it's really some things that have been bothering me. And I know if it's bothering me, it's bothering somebody else. And we could talk about it. It could help somebody.
That's right.
I need help with certain stuff. I'm learning something every day. Like, I had to learn this. I tell people, if you really go back and pay attention to what I said, and we got to learn how to think again. I had to reprogram myself. When I first moved to North Carolina, Mecca could understand this. When I first moved to North Carolina, I'm from Brooklyn, so we don't be walking around speaking to people and saying hello and all that. So when I first came down there, I remember going in the store with my aunt, and a gentleman was like, yo, what up? And my dumb ass, now I came down here in 2005. I said, yo, what's popping, pussy? My aunt like, no. Why you think they say we have Southern hospitality? I'm like, that nigga don't know me. My aunt said, it's not that he don't know you, man. You in the South now. We just love each other a little more down here. And that taught me something, man. I was a little bit too institutionalized with Brooklyn.
No, what it is, see, here, everybody's spread out. And you have space. In New York, because, I'm from the Bronx. So, I was fresh off the Bronx bus, So what it is, the difference is we're crammed on top of each other up in the north, right? So we don't really have no room to breathe. Like, no, every time you turn around, it's a person to the left of you, in front of you, behind you, to the side. It's just cluttered, right? So you don't realize until you remove yourself. Until I remove myself from out of New York, I didn't realize that I was really irritated. Not stressed out or nothing, just irritated. So when I got here and people was like, hey, how you doing? Good morning. And I'd be like, what you want? Because that we knew if somebody spoke to us that it was up to something. So I had to recondition my mind, my thinking, process. I had to recondition it because I was like, okay, these people is just speaking. What is it for you to say hi? Like I
That's right.
really had to teach myself to speak back.
Me too.
Like, but now I've been here for 26 years. When I go back to New York, they irritate me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm tight. You're right.
Right. It's like I feel like I 72 hours is the most I could get in New York. 72 hours. That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
After that,
It
I'm
seems
like,
like
I'm going
everybody
back.
looking at you. It seems like it's just too. You're right.
It's just too much going on because I done adjusted to the quiet, the 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 neighborly people. Like if my car, I could catch a flat tire.
And they pulling over.
Somebody is gonna stop and help me. They not gonna just drive by me and leave me just there waiting on the tow truck. And sometimes they'll even go get the stuff you need and bring it back to you.
Gas and all that. You ain't lying. Hit that like
Gas
button.
and everything. Oh, sure, don't even worry about it. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. 9 times out of 10, and you know this, Dice. Let's keep it funky. Let's keep it 100. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a senior citizen, either a black man or a white man. But it's never gonna be nobody our age.
That's right.
Never gonna
And
be no.
nowadays, the Mexicans is so cool and safe with us in certain parts of the South. They pulling over helping now.
Yeah, because you know they got their own community. They
You know,
got the
everybody got a truck. They all got trucks.
They got
road
trucks.
races.
They got their own banks, their own supermarket. They got their own doctor office. They got little carnivals set up in parking lots and stuff.
That's right.
We can do the
That's
same
right.
thing. We can do the same thing because we educated and we got money now.
But you
All
know
we
what we
need,
got?
all we need on our side is a person that specializes in writing grants.
Preach.
Yeah, that's very important when you touch on that about the grant writing,
Preach.
Mecca,
Yeah.
because
Preach.
that's gonna guarantee dollars, number one,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll be able to put other people in position by
Right.
having somebody because there's always people that's willing to put that paper up.
Yep.
Like they got paper big dice just for grants.
Just
Yeah.
you know, I know that. But they don't tell you certain grants and stuff that people don't want to. It's so sad. Just like I said, shout out to all my people that come from Jamaica, Haiti, Guyana, Trinidad, Panama, and all the beautiful Belize, all them beautiful countries that come over to this place that y'all think y'all coming to a better place from. When they come to America, these grants and stuff are automatically put in front of them. All they got to do is sign their names. We are right here in the United States, and some of us are too naive to look up the grants that are available for us in our communities. That's what the damn senators and the legislators and the offices for. And your little stop having pride, man. Go out
Yeah,
there
and we won't fill the censors out. We won't fill the census
word
out.
up.
And they only mail them out every 10 years. The census let them know how many kids is in the neighborhood,
What we
so that-
need, what's going
what
on.
we need, what's going on. We don't go to the town meeting. Nobody probably knows who they alderman is, which is the bottom of the chain. Nobody knows
Facts.
who the councilman is. They don't go to the town meeting. When the kids, something is going on in the school they don't like, they won't go to the board of education. They won't do it.
And the only reason why I'm aware of this, I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. I was naive to this too, so I don't want to make it seem like I was better than nobody. Just fortunately, a lot of my family members, like I got an aunt that's a magistrate. You know what I'm saying? I got a cousin that's the damn near the head of the Southern Bureau of Investigation, and I got an
Mhm.
uncle that was in the sheriff department for over 15 years. And my cousin next door to me, he did one of the biggest bail bondsmen in North Carolina.
Let
His
me
name was
find
Anthony
out you
Robinson.
related to the Bakers. Nah.
If you know about Anthony Robinson, that's my cousin. That's like
I
one of
know.
the biggest bail bondsmen in North Carolina.
Yeah, I
That's my
heard about
cousin.
him. I ain't never
Steve
been in one of
Lassane,
those.
Steve Lassane, that's my first cousin. That's the head of the fucking
I heard
FBI.
about him. I heard about
These
him,
is
but
my
I ain't
family
never been
members,
in
man.
trouble. I don't
These
get
is
in
family
trouble.
members.
Yeah.
God is just good.
Yeah,
So
hey Dice, you hear me? When Mecca, she highlighted something that's important, right? I'm not gonna let that shit just slide by, right? When she said when she got knocked at the airport, right? I'm just letting you know, Mecca, it didn't go over my head, right? when she got knocked at the airport, she said, "That's it." There's a lot of people that, because of greed, they don't say that's it, brother. They keep going. You see what I'm saying? And You see how she was like, yo, who's gonna take care of my kids? Nobody's gonna take care of my kids better than me. She knew that the kids got family, but they're not her, right? That's number one. Number two, people think about these things after the fact. When that should be the first thought before you go and do something. You should be like, yo, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna do that because just in case I happen to get caught, yo, the kids is gonna be, in jeopardy of whatever. You know what I'm saying? That should be the thought. But what happened is that some women let love supersede that. The kids become secondary. The dude who they doing the dirt with, he's priority. So that's the issue. You see what I'm saying?
But you know what? You might be right if me and him he was my best friend dude. You see? So you right. I'm kind of agreeing with you because I might have, if I was in a relationship with him, I might have tried that shit again.
Yeah, I believe you.
I feel that's plausible.
So those are the things though, Mecca, that's reality and it's still taking place. You got some women that even if it's not through the airlines, they're doing it other ways, whether it's on the road or whatever. They're taking that risk. You know why? Because materialistic things and money has become the top priority. Right? So I need, that's why you hear people use the saying the bag. So people gonna do whatever it takes for the bag. My kids need this or X, Y, and Z. So I gotta do whatever it takes for that bag. So when you go on Instagram or whatever the case may be, what do you have? You have only for fans. You got women that's making a lot of money on that, right? Are they thinking about the kids or they thinking about the bag, Mecca?
They did. That's a selfish. See, that's selfish. They're not thinking about their kids. They're thinking about whatever pleasing them, their happiness. See, when you have kids, your happiness no longer matters. Once you make a baby and you bring that kid into the world, and I'm talking to both parents because y'all created that baby together. So whether y'all together or not, y'all should be mature enough. Never let your emotions proceed your mentality when it comes to your kid. Because your happiness doesn't matter. You made a conscious decision to have a baby by this person. You. The kid ain't asked to come here. That is not fair to the kid because, and I'm talking to some you mothers that try to hold your kid hostage just because he got another girlfriend, but you got a nigga laying up in there that ain't giving you shit.
Talk.
Okay? It needs to stop. And I'm talking about the women that do that because I already told y'all I don't generalize. And you men that keep making up excuses that you don't want to be around your kid because you don't want to deal with the mother, but you was dealing with her when that baby sleep late at night and you running up in there, still running up in there.
Preach.
But you don't want to deal with her in the daylight. But you can deal with her in the dark. You just mad because he moved on and y'all not together. So before you will make sure your kid is happy, your whole goal and focus. Let me tell you some women, because we normally stuck with the kid. We normally the one stuck with the kid. So if you emotionally bitter, then how nurturing can you be to the kid?
Talk. Hit that like button.
If you're emotionally bitter, how productive can you be to that kid? For this man, for this person that you mad because y'all broke up, I never got that. I don't get it. I don't get how when you make a kid, and this is man, I have no respect for no man nor woman, whoever is the absent parent, I got a problem with you. Because I had 2 kids
by 19. Okay? When I went and did what I did, the first thing came to my eyes. When them handcuffs went on, I saw my kid's face. When they took me to Rikers Island, to the yellow dorm, I saw my kid's face. I couldn't even concentrate. All I was thinking about is what's going on with my kids.
Yes.
Who's gonna take it? See, that was my train of thought. And I felt stupid. And when I broke up with their dad and he went and got married, me and his wife, we never had a confrontation because there was no need. We wasn't together. We had kids together. He gonna spend time with his kids. You got with him. It's a package deal. When I married my husband, I told him they don't need a father. They already got one.
Preach.
But whatever relationship y'all bond y'all get with each other, that's y'all. I don't have nothing to do with that. But they have a father. And that's it. That's it. You can't be getting mad because the kid is suffering. The kid is going to suffer. That kid don't care about no child support.
Talk.
All that kid care about is spending time with the parent. That's it.
Talk.
Where my mommy at? Where my daddy at? That's it. They don't care. And see, the thing is this, what a lot of parents have to learn. Your only job is food, clothing, and shelter, and teaching a moral value and respect. Nobody said if this boy is in the 6th grade, he reading on the 2nd grade level, why he got on all name brand stuff that he can't spec? Why? Why aren't you paying for him a tutor? Why aren't you taking that money that you spending on them $200 and $300 sneakers and put him in a program to help him be an educated black man? Because the one thing and the only thing the white man is scared of is an educated black person.
Preach.
Nobody's saying you can't buy your kids joy. Nobody's not saying that. But if you know that the kid is suffering, he's getting behind in grades, he have behavioral issues.
Preach.
Take that same $200-300 and get that kid the proper help that he need or she need. Ask your kids when they come home, how was your day? Are you being bullied? Anybody picking on you? What's going on with you? Pay attention to what your kids like to do, because that's where their strength is at. If your kid is running around the house writing on everything, and you got to keep telling him don't do that, and he or she keep writing on your wall, go buy him an easel.
Preach.
Go get him paint supply. Go get him markers, because that's where his strength is. Enhance that.
Talk.
Instead of allowing them to be on damn TikTok.
Talk.
They, at half of them, if they was to get lost, how many kids you think would be able to get somebody their parent phone number? How many of them you think would be able to say, this is my address?
Remember, we was taught
Right.
that.
This is my mother's name. When half of us got named like Piggy Pig, Nunu. What's your mama name? Nunu. Where you live at? Over there. So even if they was to get lost or kidnapped or something, and somebody happened to see them, they still wouldn't be able to help them because they don't know where they live at. But they got on Jordans. They can sing every rap song. Can't spell their name.
Can't spell
Y'all
it.
don't find nothing wrong with that? I'm just saying. I'm just asking. That's been on my chest for a minute. We pay for the cell phones. We pay for the laptops. We pay the bills. So we can't keep saying it's social media when we buying the stuff. We're paying for the stuff. We're giving them the stuff. They got VTech. VTech is technology for children. The laptop, the cell phone, when it's strictly for children, but no, for some strange reason, they got to have laptops. They got to have iPads. They got to have iPhones.
Talk.
You paid for this phone for you got one, your kid got one. You don't even know how to work yours. You got to go ask the nigga that ain't paying no bills how to work your phone. Ain't nothing. Y'all don't find nothing wrong with that. The phone is not a babysitter. The teachers are not babysitters. We have to start being in tune with what our kids is doing. And I'm not saying that they're not going to grow up and make mistakes, because my mother was very strict. And I still did stuff, and my brother still did stuff. But I know within my nonsense, I always learned the lesson. I was never a repeat offender. I tell you that. I was never a repeat offender. Because you're going to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. That's a part of life. It's a part of life. We got to remember when we were that age, how the lady sitting on tenant patrol was the way we talk about these kids. That's the same way they was talking about us.
That's a fact.
Same way. Because you know why? They were in a different time. They were in our time now. So now we're in these kids' time. So we need to start talking to them and not at them.
Preach.
Because there's a difference. And they will respect y'all. So let's say, I'm just going to put this out for the OGs, right? The people that been to jail, right? It's other real stuff that went on in jail that nobody's talking about, like some tragedies where people came up in there and ain't come back home. Just regular old people, okay? Really wasn't even in no gang or whatever, right? But you don't hear that side of it, right? These kids now, mental is like a lot of them is drugged up. They on the perks, they on the leans, they on the sideways, the uppers, the downers, the around the corners, all at the same time. Right. So as the OGs, right? If y'all up here arguing with each other, right?
Talk.
And y'all SMD and SM, no, I'm just saying, and SMD,
Talk.
do y'all really think that the youth is going to actually take y'all serious? If y'all up here and y'all can't even hold a conversation without it turning combative into some SMD, I'll punch you in your face, drop your address, show me your location, when ain't nobody leaving their state to go to jail or give somebody a reason to have justifiable homicide.
Talk.
Nobody's going to do that. So everybody's yelling at the TV screen. Everybody. So my thing is, whoever break their TV first won the fight. That's all I got to say. But do you think that the youth that was running around doing the retarded things that you were doing, right? Do you think that they actually going to take y'all serious if y'all behavior is the same as theirs? Hello?
No, we with you. You right. You that's why I tell y'all, when y'all come to the Big Dice Chronicles, that's why I told you I don't know who the commentator was. Like I said, whoever know her, whoever's friends with her, whatever her name is, I think her name was Mossy or something like that. And she tried to come over here with the bullshit. Respectfully, y'all, this ain't really for that. I'm really trying to get our people back to thinking a certain way. If y'all notice, shout out to 050 China Brim. When China come over here to the Big Dice Chronicles, I didn't have people leave this in my comments and say, "Oh shit, y'all think China's a mastermind? Don't let them fool
China
y'all,
is
man.
funny. China
He's
always been.
mastermind.
Look, one thing I can do, I'm gonna tell you like this: respect. I have mad respect for China Brim and Harlem Legend.
That's a
You want me
fact.
to tell you why? You want me to tell you why? Because they always been the same.
Always been the same.
They always been the same. Their energy been the same. They comment, they say they the dark side. You feel what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because we need laughter and humor, and you need to be able to vent.
It's all
And
entertainment.
but it's, I'm saying as a whole, like, I'm not no name, no blame. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
But as a whole, because a lot of ex gang members or people that went to jail, drug dealers, kingpin, when they first come on here, and I'm not talking about China Birmingham, because they always been the same. They always been, as you would, he called it, the dark side. So everybody, a lot of them come up here and say, I'm here to help the youth, to stop them from going into this direction, right? So if you're on here, that was your intent when you got on here. Those are the ones that I'm asking that question to. What would give you the impression that the youth is going to listen to you if you have the same behavior and mindset as they do? You can't tell somebody, you can solve this a different way, but then when they see you react to the same situation, you are reacting, you're contradicting yourself. Let me say it like that.
And
You're
you're acting
contradicting.
just like they act. Just like a child.
Right. So they are to you. You see, like for instance, I been your age before.
That's facts.
You never been mine.
Preach. I tell my son that.
You feel what I'm saying? Because when you get to where I'm at, I already been there.
Facts.
You see? But that don't mean that I can't learn nothing from you.
That's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying? That don't mean that I can't learn nothing from your son. You see?
It's a fact.
Because it's different times, different era. You learn all through life. You never stop learning unless you choose to do that. Because you can become stagnant.
That's right.
But
Stuck in
who
one
wants
spot.
to become stagnant? Like
Mouse on the blue
I
track.
like talking to the young people, because first of all, I need to learn their language, because they created a whole new language.
Facts.
So I need to learn that language so I can know what they're talking about. And then I also want to know why they feel that way. Whatever's going on with you, why do you feel that? Because see, most of the time, if we just figure out why are we always in a situation and it's the same, right? It's the same all the time. You got to ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing? Let me do some research.
Preach.
When you get a headache, right? Most people, when they get a headache, they know to go take some Tylenol, right?
That's a fact.
So since your brain is a muscle, why not exercise?
That's why I stay reading.
You got to read. You got to do research. Even if you see something on the news, you still have to dig deeper than that. You got to research it. Because, see, I'm this person. If I can't see the forest for the trees, I'm going to either cut them shit down or go around them. They're not going to stop me. That's not an obstacle. That's just an obstacle in the way. Let's figure this out. How we going to get around this tree?
That's a fact.
I'm not just going to be stuck there. Because that's what the white man said. If you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. And with this today with smartphones, nobody should be in the dark no more.
That's right. Because you can go right on and pull up a book. That's a fact.
Nobody should be in the dark. You shouldn't just listen, even if, like, okay, we having a conversation right now, right? And Ja Ace, I've been watching you. I subscribed, but I wasn't subscribed, but I've been watching you. Like, sometimes we just have to realize that we are responsible for our own happiness. We create our own destiny. We create our own destiny. That's why you got a left and a right.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to go to the left? It might be something good over there, but I doubt it.
That's a fact.
If you don't want to, even though I'm retired, I still go back to the optical, the optical pages and read what the new lenses and the new glasses that's coming out. Even though I don't work no more, and the reason why I do that, so when I go get my glasses,
You know what to get.
I'll still know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
When I go to get my car fixed, I tell them what's wrong with my car because I know they like to take advantage of women. So I'll tell them, you know why I'm able to tell them what's wrong with my car? Because I got that piece that you stick in there to tell you what's wrong with the car. So it'll let me know that little machine. I don't know what you call it, but I got one, but I don't know what you call it. And I hook that up into this little, like the computer. It's like you hook it up into the computer and it'll tell you what's
The
going wrong with the
diagnostic
car.
center. Diagnostic machine.
That right there. So I got one of those. It's not the big machine, but I got one.
Yeah,
So
well,
when
got
I
the little
go,
portable yellow one too with the little prongs on it. Yeah.
yes. So when I go to get my car repaired, I already know what's wrong with it.
That's a fact.
So if they try to tell me other than what I know, I leave them.
That's right.
I don't deal with them.
Because you
Because
already got
now
the code
I
and everything
know
wrote out.
you're trying to take advantage of me just because I'm a female and you think I don't know.
So
Dice. So
Yes, sir.
Dark Skin Beauty had put something in the chat. She was talking about the morning show because 050 used to have a morning show. So I'm
Right
just
there.
letting know. So they suppose China trying to bring that back.
Yeah, he
Dark Skin
actually,
Beauty.
yeah, he
But
said
he
he's gonna make it right
he
now.
wants some women. He wants some women that's gonna step to the plate
That can
and
actually
help
get
run
up
it
early in the morning at 9 o'clock. He actually
and
said that.
yeah, and help run it. So maybe that's the holdup. Dark Skin
But
Beauty.
see, that's what I was saying. That's why I said I have respect for China and Harlem Legend because they always been who they were. And yes, they had the morning show, and then they had like they do now. The only thing missing is their morning show because I used to watch them. Because at first, Harlem Legend used to make me want to just choke him in the beginning.
Shout out to Harlem Legend.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Harlem Legend. Like for real,
Yeah,
I used to be like,
he
why?
going live at 2 o'clock, Dice.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
used
about
to
to
be,
shut it down. I'm about to shut it down.
yeah, I
I
used to
was
be
just
like,
listening to the
why he
perspective because, like
wanna?
I said, she my OG. Mecca, man, like I said, I heard Mecca one time on the show. I ain't gonna get into it. She know what I'm talking about. And ever since then, I've been paying attention to her.
Because we don't have to talk to each other like that to get our point across.
And that's a fact. That's a fact.
No one has to. It doesn't have to go that route.
That's a fact.
You know, because
Rest
this
in
is
peace, King
Mecca.
Shabazz. Rest in peace, King
Yeah,
Shabazz.
Mecca don't want to go that route. Never. See, Mecca always want the peaceful route. You know, but if you come at Mecca, because Mecca's not soft. Mecca's not a bully. Mecca's not going to bother anyone, but she's not going to let anyone bother her either.
Facts.
You see,
Salute
but
Harlem Legend in the building. Salute Harlem Legend in the building.
I love everybody. You know, like I don't have no problem with nobody. I have friends from childhood all the way to daycare. You know why? Because Mecca don't speak on nothing unless you put Mecca in a position where she has to defend herself. But she's not going to tell everything. She's going to tell the facts, the important stuff. That's it. It don't need to be long and drawn out and all of that. We don't have to go through that. And if I offend you anytime on your show, I appreciate it if you let me know. Because
That's a
only
fact.
me and you can resolve the issue.
That's a fact. That's what adults do.
Don't go tell
that's a
this
fact.
person and don't go tell the next person because by the time it get back to me,
It's gonna come ugly.
it's
That's right.
gonna be all discombobulated, twisted, and screwed up. So I would respect anyone more if you know, I don't have a problem with somebody saying, well, when you said this or you did this, I didn't like it. And I'll say, oh, well, I didn't mean to
It's a
make you
fact.
feel that way. You know, I didn't know. But sometimes you don't know.
That's right. There's certain things that offend you. Like I
Because
said,
even though I'm in the South, I still got that South Bronx, you know, in me a little bit. So I might say something in a way to offend, especially when I'm up here with all men, because sometimes I gotta like bang my way in.
it's a fact. And you have.
Like what?
And you have. Salute.
Like I gotta be like, hold on, let me say something. You know what I'm saying?
But see, over here,
But
That's a good
we're
thing.
not gonna go through that. Like we ain't gonna have no shout matches over here. And me personally, the people that's coming up on the platform, to anyone, I just hope that they come with a respectable mannerism, because if it gets to the fact where we can't talk to each other, like you said, we start talking at each other, I'm blowing your head off. I'm not even with that. We not over, yo, all jokes aside, I need to know
That's a
sometimes,
good thing, bro.
because I don't know everything, bro. And like I said, I need help
yeah,
sometimes. I be missing my mother sometimes, y'all. This YouTube to me is therapy. Like I heard my mom's tell me this shit. She was like, yo, do what you gotta do. Stay out of trouble. 10 seconds to get you 60 years. Me and Ja was talking about that on the phone the other day. Like, but if I can get up here and help somebody with certain insecurities, because we all have them. Like some men run around there talking that bullshit. Like, shout out to St. Laz. A lot of people made a comment about one of the stories I said, and they said they never heard a man say they was scared. Ja, tell them, it's times we in the street and we scared to death, but we can't show that.
Yeah.
That shit is eliminated. We terrified inside, but it's like a inner ego, an alter ego that comes into play that defends you. And when we get away from that shit on the long ride home or the way home, or when we finally get to the crib, them flashbacks run through your mind. That shit is detriment, man. And I got to get I held so much shit in. That's why when I dropped that story, money is the root to all evil, when I listened to it, I cried so hard, because we just keep taught that, yo, don't say nothing, don't cry, or don't talk about it. We got to internalize everything like we some fucking androids or robots, and that ain't me. We got to start talking to each other, man. If y'all got problems, anything like that, do me a favor. Put it in Ja Ace messages. Put it in my
that's
messages.
what that's
You
what
got
I'm
something
here
to talk
for.
about. Let us know.
That's
We
what I'm
got
here
comments.
for.
Give us ideas on things that you're going through or things that you think we need to
Yeah.
talk about on the conscious upliftment
And
for our
I'm big
people.
on and Dice, and I'm big on confidentiality because I practice that in
That's a
my
fact.
profession.
And that's a fact. That's my
So,
professional.
and I put it in, and I reenact that in my regular daily life as well. So, if somebody tell me something, bro, like, and it's between us or whatever. Yeah, I'm honoring that, homie. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why you never heard me say anything, and I still haven't said anything. That's why I'm so honored that Mecca said, quote unquote, she gonna bring her story to the platform and help me get intricate details so we can put it out and express. Because there's a lot of females that go through certain things in the world. It's a lot of men that go through things in the world that we don't talk about. And it's a lot of survivors out here that went through things that some people are not comfortable talking about. But for the few of us that are comfortable enough to talk about certain things we've been through, we're not talking about it to glorify or
Right.
brag about nothing. We're trying to really help
Exactly.
somebody, man.
So even with that being said, though, Dice, you see the whole thing when they put out the shows like Harlem Legend going on at 2, and he gonna talk about the
Yeah,
whole
everybody
Young
going on a
Thug,
hard legend when
right?
I shut this down. That's right.
The Young Thug and all them dudes. So the whole the core of that and reason behind those type of shows is to tell these youths, these kids, yo, once you sign up, Dice, right? Once you sign up, don't when you get caught, don't all of a sudden you want to tell now. You see what I'm saying? So that's like Mecca when she got knocked, right? She probably knew she had all the information on a lot of stuff. Did she tell?
No.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the message. Because a lot of individuals, they getting caught in the moment they get. So for those that haven't been interrogated, like been in that precinct and been in those rooms with them coming at you or whatever,
Won't let you go to sleep, beating the shit out you.
that's the next level. Can you handle that pressure? And
Right.
most can't.
Because most people see this as the thing. This where this see. This is why this is my favorite saying. It is so hard for an individual to look within themselves.
That's
See
why I look in
me,
the mirror every day.
when I got caught, I knew what I was doing. I knew the consequences. Just didn't think it would happen to me like everybody else. It was people that I knew was getting arrested for that. You feel what I'm saying? But since I was doing it for so long and, and clear for so long, it couldn't happen to me. But when it happened to me, I never once thought I'm a tell. Because the first thing came to my mind was, you put yourself in this situation, right?
That's a fact.
You didn't even have to do this, but you did it anyway. See, that was my first lesson in greed. Because I didn't have to do it. I did it because I wanted the free trip. You see?
That's right. The
And
luxurious trip for a couple of days in a different
exactly.
alley.
I didn't even care about the money. I was just glad about the free trip that I didn't have to pay for. Plus, I'll come back with money to buy stuff for my kids.
And to the
So,
people in the chat, look at that. That's a woman.
so I decided that it wasn't worth it. It was not worth this. I made a choice. I made a conscious decision, Ja, at that moment.
Inshallah.
This is not more important than my kids. Period.
Inshallah.
And from that day, nothing or nobody came before my kids where in a way where when I talk to my mother, she tells me on a regular, she said, you know what? I'm so proud of you because you
That's a
raised your
fact.
2 sons and you didn't ask for that much help and they graduated from high school and they went to college. She was like, they doing good. They got jobs. I said, yeah, because I
Can I
saw my mother take care of 8 kids. See, let me tell you, I shout out to my mom. Shout out to my mama. I saw my mother take care of 8 kids, 5 of hers and 3 that wasn't hers on a 6th grade education.
Shout out to
Okay.
Mama Love.
can I
She
bring can I
looked at
drop
her
a
like,
jewel?
huh?
I just want to not to cut you. I want to drop a quick jewel before I part ways, right?
Hmm.
So you know how people saying they outside. You hear that saying, right? Yo, I'm
I hate
outside.
that saying. I hate it.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? If you really outside, check this out, though, Dice. If you really outside the way you say you outside, the cops know who you are. How about that?
The
They know
stick 'em
what you
kids know who you are.
they know what you into.
All right.
Because guess what? Years ago, when I was younger, I had got shot, right? And you know how I got shot on Mecca? Because the type of person I was like I was kind of crazy, so to speak. I'm gonna say that, and I'm saying that to say I saw that the person had the weapon on him. I tried to disarm the individual, but that individual was quicker on the draw. You hear me?
I'm listening.
Uh-huh.
So he got his hands on it, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I try to run, and he just started letting off or whatever. So I say that to say, when I got hit or whatever, I went to the hospital. You know, when somebody gets shot, you know, of course, a bunch of cops come question you, this, that, that. So I gave fake information. I didn't give my real name, nothing. But guess what? When I got arrested for something, detectives came to me. Yeah, we know you got shot, man. And they gave up a name of somebody who they said shot me. That person didn't shoot me, but that person armed the person that shot me.
Yeah, they already knew.
Yeah.
But I'm bringing that up to show you, don't estimate these police, man.
Yeah, they know.
They know they got the information. You know why? Because they got people in the hood. They got infiltrators that feed them information on a daily basis. That's their job. You got dudes that's in the hood.
Confidential informant.
Dice.
Confidential
You
informant.
got different
They on
levels to snitching. It's
they
different
on
levels to
they
snitching.
on the payroll.
Yeah, they
Dice.
doing that down here
You
in
got
North Carolina, Job.
You got the police car snitch that sit in the back of the police car riding around pointing A, all you out. You got your telephone snitch, okay? You got your go down to the district attorney and snitch, and then you got that nigga that wants you out the way that's gonna snitch on your ass.
That's gonna walk up on you with a wire.
Yeah,
That's what they
because he
doing down
wants
here,
you out
Job.
the way.
That's they doing
I seen people down here in the Carolina tell on their peppies.
talk.
Tell on their peppies. The
And I
father's
seen
telling
women
on
down
the
here in the
son
Carolina take murders for their sons and go to jail for the rest of their life.
for their sons. The father tell them. Cause he got to still, cause he the one got them, you know, they all in there. And this ain't all of them, cause there's some good fathers down here. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. Shout out to all the real fathers in the Carolinas. I see you.
That's a fact.
I see you. I see you with your kids. I see you. Even the ones that ain't with your mom, they mamas. I see y'all.
That's a
Shout
fact.
out to y'all.
Because it's
Keep
a
up
lot
the
of them
good
down
work.
here. They don't get that
Get
recognition.
rid of that statistic that all black men don't take care of their kids.
And that's
Shout
not
out to
true
y'all. And it's not true.
at all.
Far from the truth.
Because like my mother said, there's billy goats and then there's mothers. Because a billy goat, when they have a child or a calf, the calf, they don't even look back to see if that calf could walk. Because a lot of people that have babies are not mothers.
Salute the Big Dice Mecca. Everybody in the chat, salute. I'm signing off, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a pleasure on the Big Dice Chronicles, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the show, the substance. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep on moving. For those who's not subscribed to Giants TV, go subscribe and subscribe to Big Dice. And if you ain't hit that like button, on your way out, hit that like button. Salute.
I appreciate you, John. Salute.
Salute, y'all.
Well, I'm going to end it on that note, and I'm going to tell you one thing, Magnificent Boss. You know I appreciate you. I'm looking for my lighter. You know I appreciate you for pulling up because you
I
ain't have
told
to
you.
do that.
I
at
told
all.
you I got you. I told you I
Word
got
up.
you.
And when we get off the phone, you know, we're going to talk on behind the scenes and everything. And we're going to talk about putting that together so we can do our thing. You heard me? Salute.
Yeah. The show gonna be called The Beauty in You.
Say no more. Salute.
Okay.
To the people in the chat, y'all. I appreciate y'all again for pulling up. And y'all know for the fact last few seconds, I'm going to let y'all see my beautiful mother's face. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Like, all jokes aside, when y'all coming over here, tell a friend and tell a friend. Like, tell your homegirls, tell your cousins, tell your uncles, tell your brothers, tell your little cousins that's coming home from jail, telling your fathers that came home from doing 20 and 30 years. Yo, tell anybody that you feel as though might think that they too tough to talk to somebody because that used to be me. And if y'all need me for anything, y'all can also go to my Instagram, The Ghost of Utica Avenue. You dig what I'm saying? Leave the inbox, names, numbers, messages. If you need somebody to talk to about something, I'm dead ass serious. Like, it was times I needed people to talk to because I miss my beloved mother so much. And you don't never know how you're going to wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? If you do got precious friends that you got, when you get off this live, yo, call them. Don't text them. Like So Divine said, if you got a precious friend that you care about, when you get off this live with me, call them and tell them you love them, man. Ask them if they're going through something. Shit, ask them if they need something. You dig what I'm saying? It's Christmas time, man. Stop being so fucking selfish, man. The only way we gonna get through this shit is if we start loving each other, man. In the words of the great Big Dice, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Salute.